some things out there.
Are we live? All right, we're live with Jess and Mikey and Mr. Beam. We want to be as unoffensive as possible today, but we're going to offend a lot of people. But speaking of that,
I wish I knew how.
remember when everyone was all up in arms about baby it's cold outside because it was cold as a motherfucker this morning?
Hey,
Yes.
that was what I was going to ask you. You guys, I don't know. Well, you are, Jeff. You weren't paying attention to the weather today.
Nah, see, my wife puts my stuff out today,
I thought we were gonna have snow.
so she didn't. I guess she didn't know the seasons changed.
Yeah,
But
I thought we were gonna have snow.
the WAP doesn't offend people, but baby, it's cold outside did. I watched that full video yesterday. That's one of the things we're going to get into today.
Hey, did you watch the? So I keep trying to tell people this, or I just brought this up to two people actually in the last couple, like 2 days. There's the real video, but the real video is like the PG-13 lyrics. Have you seen the lyric video that's like the explicit content?
No.
Yes.
That one's the most entertaining.
Oh, really?
It's
For
full
sure.
adult- yeah.
And this is the girl.
For
This
sure.
is
The other one doesn't even
the sex
stand
symbol
up.
that interviewed Joe Biden. Right?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's just terrible. It was terrible.
Wow.
And Candace Owens' rebuttal or clapback or
Clap
whatever
back.
it is was so on
Whap
point.
back. Is it a whap back?
Whapback was like literally, it was the best 7 minutes I had seen. She's so on point.
I've been
She's
a fan
a
of
class.
Candace Owens for the longest time, and my biggest problem is usually like the people that hate her the most are the ones that should be probably listening the most.
Yeah.
I thought she was an Irish Olympian, but I guess I was wrong. Caller, 4 of a row, you're live. We already got a caller
Good
here.
afternoon.
Good afternoon. I had
Buenos
some
noches.
TNT hot dogs
Hang on a
today.
second, wait a minute, okay, there we go. I didn't want the background of the video.
Hi, Patrick.
What's happening, Patrick?
Well, I got good news. The Fall River Traffic Commission has been found in violation of the open meeting law, providing a way for the general public to
Where's the
view
cake?
meetings in real time.
we got cake?
That came out this morning.
All right.
Nice job, Patrick.
So 6 o'clock, the Somerset Planning Board has a great long agenda tonight.
They do.
They're dealing with my open meeting law complaint for failure to take roll call votes at their meeting with remote participation. That's the only article on their agenda.
Patrick, why do you think they don't listen to you?
Because you're stupid.
Hey, can I?
Talking about the cold, today, according to the leases of the Fall River Housing Authority, today is heat day.
What does that
I
mean?
just checked my heat and they haven't turned the heat on, so they're violating their lease.
So there's a specific day in the housing department where heat can go on, and today is the
The
day?
lease requires the Housing Authority in Fall River
Yeah.
to provide heat at their expense from September 15th to June 15th. I checked the calendar this morning. It's September 15th.
It is.
Sure
And
is.
the thermostat all the way up and the pipes are cold.
And not only that, it was a Labor Day. It was, what do you call it, a leap year, so it's actually September 16th.
So what happens if they don't do that? Do you get some sort of compensation?
Oh, well, tomorrow night at 5 o'clock during their live meeting, which they have phone access to the general public, and in accordance with the City of Fall River
That's
Charter,
like
they
a
have
debt
public input,
collector.
and they also have tenant input. Well, tomorrow night at 5 o'clock, I will be on the agenda. They don't know it yet, but I'll be on the phone for public and tenant input, complaining,
This is
asking
getting
them
me all
why
hot
they
and bothered
intentionally
just
violated
thinking about it. I don't know about you. Like,
I'm fucking sweating, man.
Patrick,
Patrick,
did you know at a very young age you were going to be doing this?
this is What did you do in the 5th grade? You must have been writing reports up about.
if my wife hired you to follow me around all day and write down the things that I do wrong, your fucking arm would have fallen off 13
Dangerous.
years ago.
I appreciate your efforts so much, Patrick.
West Coast High School in 1975
Yeah.
You can
was
tell.
our senior year, and 7th, 8th, and 9th grade we had double sessions.
Back when they didn't have
8th
heat.
and 9th grade went from 12:30 to 5:30. 10th, 11th, and 12th went from 7 to 12. So we were able to be at work at WT Grants at 12:30.
Oh.
On my the week before my birthday, decided to open the new high school and told us
Patrick.
we couldn't leave till 10 minutes to 2.
If I dropped a box of matchsticks,
On
could you
my
tell me
18th
quickly how many on the
birthday,
floor?
I started signing myself out. I will be leaving at 12 o'clock to go to work.
Patrick, we're getting signals. We got to go to a break.
There's a lot of bass.
I love you, Patrick.
Charlie.
We'll talk to you later, pal.
I love Patrick.
Patrick is fucking absolutely nuts. But he's more of what this country needs because Patrick points out the wrongdoings that people do. And that needs to be done. And maybe when they defund the police, Patrick can go around with a little notepad and write this guy Munoz, who fucking who 13 people got $12 million in bail on for the Lancaster protest. Patrick could have just gone over to the guy and told him drop the knife and wrote him like a little citation, go get some counseling or something.
I think he prefers to be there after things happen. I'm not sure he is all about the preventative measures.
No.
I think he's more about the enforcement after the fact.
So he's like
I think he's a clerical guy.
the abortion as opposed to the condom.
Jesus.
Caller, you profusely
4
called
minutes
us.
in. 4 minutes in.
And you can call us back now.
Hey, speaking of the police thing, I know we're gonna have to get to some point. We're gonna talk about the whole Compton shooting thing.
Yes.
Like, for the love of God.
I have that. I
I
definitely
think
have
on
that
every
somewhere.
level, everybody's gonna say "Holy cow!" and
What
love of
Compton
God.
shooting? There's a Compton shooting?
Uh,
Facebook doesn't show it.
yeah, no.
It's nothing. Can't
Oh.
find anything. You got to
Ooh,
dig
ooh,
for it.
Ooh, on the Facebook note, at the end of the show too, another time, because I didn't bring my notepad, Jeffrey. I can't write this down. We need to have that discussion about Facebook. All of a sudden, all these things that are popping up intermittently on my Facebook when I want to actually do my own thing. We get these notices. Like now, recently, I'm getting one about the environment. Oh my gosh, look at this.
Yeah, Lulu.
Ask and ye shall receive. No, I'm starting to get these like notifications. Like the recent one is about the environment, but I've been getting ones of asking questions about different things with politics. But I keep asking anyone else if they've received this. Apparently, no one else has told me, so I don't. I've received this Facebook notification asking me if I want to drop out of Facebook for about 2 months, and they'll pay me. And I have the pictures to prove it. Because
I want to see it.
Yeah, I thought okay.
Send it in the group chat.
Yeah, no, I will.
How much?
A total of $30. It's like 2 things for $5, and then 2 things, something to do with 2 things for $5, maybe, and then 2 things for $10. So a
Who's
total of 30.
facilitating this?
Facebook.
They're-
It would be an electronic payment.
So they're offering for you.
Wait, hold on. Are we gonna get into this fully now? What do we do?
Well, no,
Organized.
I'm actually involved in this
about this.
program now, whereas they block me and I have to pay to
yeah, you
promote
get
my
shadows.
show.
You're shadowed all the time, right?
Yes.
So, okay, fine, let's do this. So let me bring it up. So again, to be clear, what happened was one day I went to sign on to my Facebook, and at the top of my Facebook, where you get those notifications, like I
Yeah,
said. when you
COVID
just wanna-
notifications.
Exactly, when they want to
Yep.
shove whatever they want to shove down your throat.
Right.
Vote, Lulu,
So
vote.
gross.
I'm like, I go on one day, and I apologize. I see this notification, and at first it's prompted as if it's a survey. Like it
Okay.
asked me, you've been invited, or would you like to take a Facebook survey where you might be able to be paid? I was like, let me see what this is about. As soon as I click further, rather than being a survey, again, it turns into a, hey, we would like to offer you, if you answer a couple, you have to come on. The survey is when you, I apologize, somebody's gonna have to take over for like a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
They're screening for protesters, for Black Lives Matters protesters. I
Well,
think that's the point he's getting.
No.
to.
No,
While he's doing that,
Yeah,
listen, I can't tell you how many people I know are getting put in Facebook jail right now.
I found it,
It
by
is
the way,
at
I'll send
it is at the highest
Hello.
of all. Hold on a second.
Hold on. Dave.
It's at the highest it's ever been. I literally had a lady like 65 years old come to a Trump rally, and she's like, I am in Facebook jail again. I said, how could you be in Facebook jail? You're 65 years old. You're barely on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And she's claiming, her claim is that she used the word black.
Yeah.
And that is what got her put in Facebook jail.
I should be on the death penalty phase of Facebook. I mean,
How you're here is beyond
Yeah.
me. Beyond.
So I just sent it into the.
All right.
David, what's happening? What's good? You got some controversy going on.
Yeah, I do. I got some. Today I'm going to use a calmer voice, but I do have some. Interesting stories to actually put out there because yesterday my wife and I, my son Jake, right?
Yeah.
We decided to go to Fairhaven, Massachusetts, and to do a Trump stand-up over there. So we did.
Just the three of you?
And the Trump stand-up was the Trump stand-up was like going really well, and we had like about 500 patriots there holding flags.
Was Cam
And all of
Newton?
a sudden, Black Lives Matter came in.
Yeah.
And came in and attacked us. So we fought back, And then all of a sudden now the police comes, and then and I turned around. I said to one of them, I said, look, I said, you know something? I said, Black Lives Matter to you. I said, what about the baby the black baby that died in Chicago and everything else? Does that matter? I said, you know something? I said, you're all a bunch of cop killers. I said, baby killers and everything. I said, you know, I'm going to tell you something. Okay, you guys are domestic terrorists. Okay, you're Marxist terrorists. I said, you people need you people need to you people need to get the hell out of here and don't come back here anymore. I said, we all pay.
Go back to their own country. Is that like what you're trying to say?
Dave, how did you make it out of there alive? How did you make it out of there alive, David?
I said, we're going to continue on to be patriots.
David, how did you make it out of there alive?
I said, and you know what? I said, Donald Trump's
he
going to get
pursued
reelected
through.
again.
He didn't care. He just kept going.
David, did you hurt anyone? Did you physically assault anyone?
Did those calves stomp on anyone? Did those meaty calves stomp anyone out?
David, I heard that a Trump supporter got a bottle thrown at them. Is that true?
I heard it too, but that was probably right after. I heard that too. But that was probably right after we left.
That was someone throwing me a bottle of Beam while I was there. I was there protesting as well.
You know something? Yeah. You know something? That's all they can offer is a bottle of water to us.
Valid point. David Mead, as always, Mead's Media Mayhem Moment is in litigation with Unnecessary Media. Thanks, Dave. We'll talk to you soon, brother. David on the front lines of Fairhaven.
Hold on. Just keep it going.
At Fairhaven.
I have a real issue with.
He's doing it again. This guy's really doing it again. Right on there. He's doing it again. I swear. Yep. All right. I'll talk to you later.
I don't know.
We're gonna get on it. Don't worry.
I don't know why I'm super territorial, but I really wish people would stop with these pop-up Trump sign holdings and stick to the bigger crowd ones.
Yeah.
These little things are ridiculous, and they don't do anybody any favors. Just like this.
Are you talking about what happened in Swansea?
Well, so kind of. So we had a Trump standout in Swansea, and this, bless her heart, this like 19-year-old white girl from Swansea decided to host her own BLM protest. Yeah. And whenever there's an official flyer that makes
wasn't
it
a BLT protest.
Whenever it makes its way to a flyer form, the police departments have to prepare because they think it's being spread around and whatever. So you got resources being used or whatever. Ultimately, it was 6 people that showed up. I talk to her again. I reach out to these people and I say, we'll keep our space, you keep your space. What do? The 6 of them together in a little herd shuffle their feet closer to us. Swansea PD pushes them back and says, stay over on your side, right? So they go, that's fine. Don't you know that this girl on her page the other day gets a comment from some African-American woman and said, who organized this event? And the girl goes, me. And this woman is pissed. Like, she said, before you go and you start holding rallies for someone, you need to partner with an African-American person.
Was it Monica Cannon Grant?
Real question. Was there anyone other than a Caucasian at this event?
No.
I heard that Jess.
I mean, on one hand, I understand the whole we're standing up for other people. That doesn't bother me, but it just looks a little cringy when it's like this.
Right. So it's kind of like also it makes it look, if you're looking from an objective point of view, you guys don't look like organized. You don't look like you've got a real good grasp on things, and you don't look like you have support, especially when you've got 250 people like a quarter of a mile down the road.
To go further though, because even if you're gonna say like at least they wanted to try, they're young, like that's true, but you just look bored. They look like a bunch of bored people.
Cleveland Browns fans. It looks like the Cleveland Browns fans. But I was gonna say, if you guys called me, because I solve problems, I do that for a living, I would have told you, here's $20. Go right down the corner to McDonald's and get 6 Travis Scott Happy Meals. Nice segue there for Mikey D.
Talk to me about Travis Scott. Talk to me about it.
McDonald's.
Look, I've seen the thing. I haven't had it, but I don't understand. Travis Scott.
What do you mean? It's Kylie Jenner's baby daddy.
It's art.
I'm supposed to know that.
No, he's good. Listen, I'll give him credit in the sense of just art, not even just music. He's doing some things in the art space, if you want to consider it that. Digital, like there's a lot of things. The McDonald's. There you go. She's queuing it up. Is that legal? Can we put this on? We don't own the rights.
I don't know the rights to this.
No rights to this. No rights.
All right, yeah, but still.
This is how you order the meal. You drive up to the drive-up window and you play this song
Oh,
for them.
Jesus fucking
And
Christ.
every single guy that gets to the thing, he goes, "Not again, man, not again."
This is the
Oh,
royal
bro.
family that screwed up an entire fucking generation. The
Don't you
Kardashians.
talk about Kim that way.
Oh my God.
Don't you talk about her like that.
The entire one guy's a meth head now. The other one's a female.
Don't you talk
The
about
other
Kim
one's
that way,
suicidal.
Jeff.
They definitely destroy all men.
Yeah,
They definitely destroy all men.
yeah.
And if you
Keep
take
that
a look
pussy
at-
away from me. Keep that whap away from me.
That whack.
Platinum pussy, that's all it is. Listen, I
don't know. I don't know what's going on there. There's something going on there.
Listen, about the Travis Scott thing, from a standpoint, that's genius.
I'm
You're
guessing
gonna
it's
have
ribs, some ribs.
Who's
no,
genius,
it's
though?
not.
Which
It's a
part?
quarter pounder
It's just
with
a quarter pounder with bacon.
bacon,
Right? Yeah,
and then
bacon.
fries with a
That's bacon.
Sprite
Bacon,
and
boy.
barbecue sauce. But here's the thing, I feel
Cactus
like
Jack barbecue sauce.
people get superstars, athletes. They've got their hand in everything, and I didn't think anybody had their hand in these types of things. You market a meal against
if we're
somebody.
just gonna go to marketability, yes, on the business
It's
sense.
smart.
Yes, it's smart business. They're gonna make money off this. It's also, if I understand this correctly, a decent meal price point. Like,
Yes, $6 for the
people
meal.
are like, yeah, that's
Yes.
cool. I'll go buy that. But for me, it's not bringing me out of my cave to go get McDonald's.
No,
That's
it
all I'm saying.
isn't,
But
but
I'm
it's-
100% no.
It's kind of
gonna
like
make money.
uncharted territory. Now, I guess apparently in the 90s,
Is that-
Jordan had one.
Does that represent Kylie, the white Sprite?
The tall
instead of
white
the black
Sprite?
soda?
Black soda. Epanodo black soda.
Can you imagine
hey, look,
that
I'm like
guy?
hey, I'm like those guys, those comedians, those 5 guys that do that accent thing. Hey, Epanodo black soda.
I think there's 4. I think one of them tripped over a
I'm gonna have a
dildo.
new
somewhere.
album. It's gonna be an
Portuguese
album.
kids?
I didn't say anything about anything.
Oh,
I don't
right.
own the rights to that. We don't own the rights to that.
So anyway, Travis Scott, have you tried one, anyone?
I've
No.
had one before, I feel like, in my life. That's what I'm saying. This is nothing new to me. I didn't have it at a $6
I don't know
price
if
point.
he's the best person to be the first one. And I guess Michael Jordan had a meal named after him in the 90s. I don't
It was
remember
like
it.
the same one though, too, I believe.
Same thing.
Someone said that.
But I can see this being like a potential awesome thing for other
Wait,
people
you know what's messed
at
up?
other
Okay,
restaurants.
we say this 2 ways.
What if-
So
yeah.
go ahead. If you own the business, this is an awesome move. For humanity, this is a bad move. This
Why?
is so bad because we just said, "Here's a burger. I'm a music artist. They go together. Buy this."
Yeah, but the Shamrock Shake, right? That's not racist. But what if you went to KFC and ordered a Shack and they gave you a big thing of fried chicken? Would that be construed as racism?
You have to pick it. You're going to have to pick somebody that goes there and that's their go-to thing. And it's
Depends.
going to be a little different than
victim
what the
decides.
usual is.
The
Right.
victim decides.
I like the idea.
Good Shack.
All right, Travis
I like
Scott.
it.
No, it's marketing wise, it's brilliant.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
yeah.
I'm just saying, like I said, as humanity, oh my God, where's this going?
So when I go see my drug dealer and I ask for a Prince or a Michael Jackson, I know I'm going to get the right.
How often do you eat
fentanyl.
McDonald's a week?
I don't eat.
A month.
It's, as much as I look like the poster boy
About.
for McDonald's, I do not eat McDonald's.
Not at all.
Never.
How about you?
Same. That's what I mean. It's not going to.
I'll eat all sorts of other shit,
If I
but-
had an investment, like in other words, if I'm owning shares in McDonald's, I'm a
Yeah.
happy guy about this. 100%.
You didn't go to
And he's a
McDonald's?
decent. To be honest, though, too,
My
just to
donut,
again give him
Right.
credit where credit is due. He is a solid like business. Someone I would get into business with. He's
Travis
a solid
Scott?
product. Yeah, meaning he's not out. I don't think you have to worry too much about something crazy coming out of left field. You kind of know what you're getting. That's all I'm getting
I
at.
definitely think out of left field is going to be a baby by someone else.
No, but I mean for your business. Like, would
Oh.
you be concerned for your business? Like that he's gonna come out tomorrow and say some nonsense where you're like, no, the stocks are plummeting.
I mean, it's cancel culture, so I
Well,
think anything's possible.
You know, on the agenda today, we had all these restaurant closings, and one thing that will
Rest
not
in
close
peace, Venus
are and Grist Mill
and Gristmill.
and the
Venus
Fours
is
in
done.
Quincy for those
Sam.
fancier people. The Fours up in Quincy has been there forever. It's an icon. Isaac's down on the waterfront in Plymouth, but the places that will not close are the McDonald's.
Yeah.
The people, and someone like me has no fucking right in the world. I understand that, but people that are like diabetic and obese and they shouldn't be at McDonald's every single day, but yet they will and they'll thrive and they can be
Talking about
risky.
inside or outside holding a sign for $1.
Yeah.
The reason is because it's inexpensive. It's an inexpensive alternative to eating at home. It's cheap food that tastes good.
I lied.
What-
Anyway, I forgot. I had a buzz. I ate a cheeseburger last night.
I was
from
gonna
McDonald's.
fucking say. I thought I
did.
saw
A
shit in that
hamburger.
message. You lying
Yes.
fuck.
Yeah, I forgot though. I was drunk.
My issue with all that stuff is usually when I'm eating McDonald's or Burger King or et cetera, anybody, because again, we're not sponsored. If anybody want to shout out to the show, go ahead. We'll pick one of you. We will talk about the other.
greasy
That's how this will
spoon
work.
we sponsor.
But if I'm in one of those like trends of it, it's usually once you have 1 or 2 in the month, you're now going to start to have more because, and this is why I don't like it, they have so much other nonsense in it that just hooks you. It's the sugar. McDonald's is the sugar. It's so weird compared to a normal food. The sugar in the bread, the sugar in the ketchup, it's just so sweet.
My thing was the Happy Meal. My daughter always
eat it,
had
of
to have a
course.
Happy Meal. And now what do you do now?
When I was young.
Hey, you're driving through with your kids and they're like, can we have 2 Happy Meals? Can they even ask for girl toy or boy toy anymore? Like, do you want a
is that-
vibrator?
no,
Do
how
you,
about-
what do you
Jesus.
want? A bra and a G.I. Joe outfit?
You have to.
Can I get the cuties?
Can we just get your?
Can I get the
the
cuties?
pronouns.
I
What's
just
that
need to
pronoun?
know what your pronoun is, and then we can
Yeah.
determine
Can we
what
get
your.
the Z meal?
It's
Yeah.
ma'am.
I don't know what it is. So you can't even do that
It's
anymore.
ma'am.
You cannot genderize Happy Meals anymore.
Actually, I think if you're a parent right now, you know, like when I was a mom of little kids and you had your daughter, it was, okay, where are you going to go for lunch with your kids to kill time? You're going to McDonald's because it's got a toy and it's cute. The go-to now is Dunkin Donuts. Go to Dunkin Donuts.
With
Get a
kids?
big.
Is-
My kids, that's our go-to. If we have to get like
Healthy,
a
yeah.
meal, we get bagels, hash browns, and culottes. And now they have snacking bacon for all you keto people. You can just get like a little package
More
of bacon.
diet.
No carbs. That's my go-to
Hey,
drive-through
Jeff.
now is Dunkin'.
Shouldn't look at the face.
Stop.
Hey Jeff.
You all right?
Bring me a bacon burrito. I'm just my Jim Beam's right here, man.
I also
My
think they should
stash
have
is in
more
the computer
drive-through Coney Island hot dog places.
TNT in Somerset. And you know, if I
Is it a
burp,
drive-through?
Yep, and I'm gonna
Oh.
burp in the next 10 minutes. You're gonna smell it.
Oh, great.
There was lots of onions, and they're not bad. $2 a piece, I guess.
While we're just drifting mode here, so Jess, you read the.
Yeah.
Now tell me that isn't some interesting shiznit.
Well, the timing of it is impeccable.
And I feel what's crazier to me though is again I've shared this with people, and to my surprise, I feel like no one else knows what I'm talking about. So then I'm also like someone when I mentioned the story to them today was like, "Well, looks like you're the chosen one."
No, this is
like,
wild.
Why are you picked for this?
So it's for those of you who can't see, maybe Jeff will post it on the page later, but it asks, do you want to participate in a research study about the U.S.
There you go.
election in November? So it's titled
Yeah, it's
specifically about the election. That's disgusting. I need a plexiglass stat.
If you could smell this,
Ah.
it smells like what this sounds like.
My
All right,
eye
so
is
we have
twitching.
we have a caller on the line. Farmer, you're live.
Better be the FBI.
What's going on, guys?
What's happening?
Hey,
Not much. Hey, first off, nice burp on the phone.
so gross.
Did you smell the onions?
So gross.
Oh, ooh. I don't know if it's pickles or onions.
It's better than smelling like Travis Scott load, like the Khloe Kardashian girl smells these days.
Did you get picked to participate in a survey on Facebook?
No, I have not received any.
I wish we can't
anything.
show it. We'll have the technology soon.
Well, I can post it on there.
Yeah. All right. Well then.
Jeff's gonna post it right now. I don't know. This is interesting to me. It's a survey basically asking you to participate, and basically the parameters are of it. You have to take a survey for about 15 minutes, once a month for a total of 60 minutes over 4 months.
But the survey is about being off of Facebook.
About being off of Facebook, and it's basically saying during this time you can continue to use Messenger and the WhatsApp and log into apps and websites with Facebook, but you can't be on Facebook for 1 to
Now,
6 weeks.
Remember that
It's
time
up.
they told you Russia was hacking the election?
Yeah.
This is literally Facebook saying, "Listen, bro, dude, guy, bro,
Get
off. We're gonna give you, yeah. How about? Listen, what can we do for you? $30 sound good for you?" So then I say no, right? I leave it alone. Am I gonna get an offer pretty soon for like 50? All right, we got you. Tough sell.
50, yeah.
Here's 50. Here's 50. Get going.
To stay off Facebook, for a
maybe
month,
for
though.
50. Yeah, for 50. Those 2 months.
I don't know. How much would you
25 a month.
would you stay off Facebook for $50 for a month?
Well, I mean,
Hell, I've been blocked for 30 days.
See?
I don't.
Well, there's a difference too.
yeah, but that's.
Would
yeah.
you willingly?
Women get their periods too.
would
know?
you
It's just-
willingly do it?
Would you do it for the time?
No.
No.
No. Now I can imagine if like 3 a.m. I was smoking some crack and someone made me that offer, I might jump on.
But now to be clear, just
generally-
to understand what's going on here, so what do you think of the fact that it's being offered? They're offering you money to say, hey, get off of Facebook for a bit.
Oh, I mean,
No, I'm telling you though, this is real. Like, I'm not saying what do you think if it did. I'm telling you it's happening.
if people want to do it, then go for it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying to you, you have Facebook, right? You go on Facebook every day. You communicate with everybody you love and adore. And then in the middle of your interactions, all of a sudden, the people who are controlling the whole system told you, hey, here's the deal. We want you to shut up for a bit and not listen to people for a bit. And you're like, that's not cool. I like these people. And they're like, well, we'll give you $30. How's that?
No, he said he wouldn't do it. He said he wouldn't.
No, I know. But I'm trying to say the idea, though. Like, again, they're telling people Russia tried to hack the election. But here we have right in your face. Not only are they censoring pictures.
Oh, yeah.
Not only are they telling you can't talk about Kyle, even though there's been no legal verdict. Not only that, they're literally telling you, they're persuading people to be unpersuaded. Meaning that won't affect me so much, but for all the weird little like dipshits who want to put their nose into the political arena, a la, when they want to do that, this is paying all the little dipshits to get off and not possibly soak in some of the reality and the
Valid
truth.
point. Yeah. That's the protesters. That's the same thing they're doing is they're paying protesters that are drug addicts, meth heads, probably 100 in the morning to get them going.
Huge conspiracy.
So what I want to get your opinions since this past weekend happened with the two cops being shot.
Oh.
Yeah.
What do you think of the nice people being outside?
Oh, their reactions,
They
yeah.
die?
They're like, justice and peace. We finally got justice and peace. It's disgusting. I think that they should have some charges against the guy. I think that they should assume that they also were a threat, and I would have shot them. I think it's gross. But I mean, how many 3'8" chubby midgets, African American midgets, are
You know who
running
that dude
around
looked like to me,
Central?
though, in the cell phone video? Not to make light of dumb things, but the dude looked like...
Beetlejuice.
No, the guy that's usually with Dave Chappelle. I forget his name. But he's always like, oh, shit, Nate! Ah! He's on The Breakfast Club a lot. Ashy something from the Dave Chappelle skits.
It could have been.
No. It just looked like him. Like, I thought... this is the reason. When I first saw that cell phone footage, I thought it was people being stupid and making light of it. I didn't even think that was real. But they were just right there mocking it. That's crazy.
My take is this guy is probably someone that's mentally unstable. And
who? The shooter?
The shooter?
No. Nope. This is somebody on the
So do you think
street.
he's
This is
part
either
of
a
the Black
setup.
Lives Matter movement?
This is either a... No matter what, first off, I hate to put this out there, but it doesn't take like much to pay a crackhead to do some nutty things.
No.
So at any sense, this is somebody local, because Compton is no small change when it
You
comes
think
to...
he thought he was going to get away with it?
I don't think he cares, dude. That's like an area where they don't care. Someone probably offered that guy like $10,000, and he said, sure. $10,000, and he's in.
Yeah, off
Then he
canteen money.
ran.
Yeah.
Yeah, or whatever. But I'm saying for him, it's big money. Or if the street guy in the corner, the king of the street, told him, listen, little man, you do this, you're going to make it up real quick.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, that's real life. Especially, like I said, that's a real, like, street jungle over there. They're not playing around.
Well, they were offering $100,000 reward for someone to give them up.
He could also...
Think of that. Yeah, exactly. So if they're offering $100,000, that's what I'm saying, though.
They know, right.
10,000, 25, something stupid. This guy probably thought, I'm going to do it. Ran up, did it quick. Plus, from what I've heard, they have those, like, the hits. They have, like, a whole plan out there. I've tried to warn people leading up to this election. I don't care which way this goes. I really think people need to buckle up and get ready for some action, because no matter which way it goes, the people who are pushing some shit behind the scenes, it's going to push and push and push. Like, that's all this is. To me, that's what this is a part of.
My thing that
Cause
I
and
continue
effect.
to come back to is the irony is not lost on me that every time something happens at these protests, the first people these people ask for are the cops and the EMTs. And I just feel like there's no consequences for people doing this shit and not understanding. It's almost just like nobody even thinks a step ahead. Okay, if you get rid of the fucking police, what is it going to look like for you?
Yeah.
But that's,
What are you going to do when the white militias
Call
who are
dropped off. Thanks for the call.
when the white militias who are forming now, there are white militias, white men forming now. What are you going to do when they show up in your neighborhood with bigger guns and more weapons and take all of you guys out? What are you going to do? You're going to call the fucking 911 and there isn't going to be anybody there. Give me a break. Nobody's even thinking ahead. This is ridiculous. It's the wrong amount of energy being put into the wrong thing. I don't know. Make it harder for somebody to become a cop. You know what I mean? Make it hard. Make them go through more testing. Make them go through some sort of like sensitivity training before you even get on. Dig deep. Go on their fucking Facebook and see if they're racist to begin with. I mean, everybody's got a social media footprint. Do something else. But to say you don't need them and you don't want them, it's a lie, because when your fucking car comes piling through a group of you fucking smelly, fucking disgusting has-beens and they knock one of you to fucking obliteration, you're screaming, call 911. When your arm gets shot off by that fucking kid, you're screaming for the cops.
Did you see the guy jump on the hood of the cruise?
I've seen a couple people on the hood.
I watched it about 10 times. The guy had to get a concussion. And good for you, buddy. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Go fuck yourself. But, yeah, it's getting too much. But the people that should be controlling this are our elected officials. Where are they? Senator fucking Markey?
I had to.
Really?
These aren't leaders. All right, so I just want to say one thing, because this is another problem. Now that it's going to connect off this is definitely going to come. As long as I'm on this show for the next couple weeks, I can see this subject coming up repeatedly. My fear is that the pendulum is going to swing, and that's what you're setting up right now. You have Ed Markey and you have other people like this who are weak people. And I want to be very clear. This isn't like a shot at people who care about how people feel. The issue is feelings are not, it's not F your feelings. It's feelings come second to stability. And the problem is we have a situation where it's not stable, and you have weak people in the leadership position, and everyone can see that. And as the wreckage comes down and the cities burn, you're going to see people look for real leaders. And then what's going to happen is you're going to have the amplification of real leaders. You're going to have these crazy nuts who are able to actually possibly hold positions of power. And by that point, you're going to have a lot of sheep just like, yeah, we need that. And that's also though where my fear comes with a lot of people having too much power, is because I feel like we're setting up for all this like chaos is just building and building. The fire is going to have to get put out. By the time it's time to put it out, it's going to take a huge amount of water, and we're all going to deal with it. That's the ramble.
In Massachusetts, though, I don't know where is that fertile group of candidates. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Leadership?
Yeah. You know what I mean? I think this is
setting it up, though. Like, that's I don't know. Look at how many people were ready to get behind that guy that's good at math. There's a guy that's good at math out there. He does like 1 + 2 and 3s and stuff. He carries ones. I know he can carry the one.
Is
I don't
it
know
Shiva?
About yeah, something like that. Shiva.
Dr. Shiva?
Yeah, I mean, we did have some Republican.
Shaba ranks.
Weld was a Republican.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm making the point that when that guy came out, you had people who were just looking for a leader who were like, that's my man right there. He stands up. He stands like this and he goes, F Charlie Baker. Yeah. And that was enough, though. What I'm saying, that's enough. He talked like a leader. He stood like a leader. He posed himself. And people were like, yeah, that's the guy. We need a leader. They don't want somebody who is, a little bit weak. They don't want that. We're not in the mood for that.
We really seriously need Trump again.
I'm behind this.
If people are sad enough and they believe and they fall for all this bullshit, and we end up with Kamala Harris as the acting president of the United States while Sleepy Joe's in the corner.
This is where I get.
Well, first of all,
the whole Democratic side. They just went through this so many times, and they're just going to swallow the same pill again. I don't understand that.
If Trump doesn't win and you have Biden and Kamala or Camila or whatever her fucking name is, and if they get elected, we're going to revert back to the same system where those people really don't have much control.
China.
It's the other people. It's the Nancy Pelosi's and those people that have control. And what's so great about Trump being president is, we'll look, for example, at the fact that these people can't come to some sort of agreement about an economic stimulus package for COVID-related shit. He just basically said, you guys can't get your shit together. I'm just going to sign off on this stuff on my own. And I think that more devastating than those individuals getting in power, because I think Joe is virtually useless at this point, is the fact that it would revert back to that same style of leadership where these other people are really in charge. And I like that Trump is in charge. Trump is in charge.
I like that you just said something where you said, and it's something about virtually Joe will be virtually Joe, as in virtual Joe, because Joe will be a virtual representative. I don't think Joe's actually going to be in the House. And I've seen the meme going around where there's a meme that's like, hey, do you think that this is possible? And it shows Trump at the debate standing on the, like he's at the podium, and at the other podium is a TV with Joe on the TV. I don't think that's, I want to say this also on the show, I don't think that's far from reality, and I think they'll use COVID as the excuse to be like, he's doing the responsible thing. Joe thought it would be responsible to not be mixed in and have everybody from both sides mixed in.
Do you think we're going to get a debate?
There's supposed to be one, which I'm still surprised by, but I'm telling you, I think it's going to get funky. But what if that's the debate? The debate is, here's Trump saying, like, I'm not playing this game, and he stands there at the podium, and then the next podium they wheel out Joe.
No, I'm talking like let's be practical. Are we going to have a face-to-face debate with the two presidential candidates?
I'm telling you, I wasn't joking. I'm saying 50-50. What I just told you is 50-50. I'm not joking. I swear to you on everything.
Joe Rogan's going to host it.
No,
Trump agreed to that today.
But Trump would do that.
There's an actual a part of government that controls the presidential debates, and they are nonpartisan. They will schedule the debates, and the candidates must show up. That's part of the DNC. That's part of the RNC. That's like law.
Then we have to have one. So it's not even a question. But I'm just saying the way they pull funky things left and right, I would not doubt if they really tried to do something like that. It's silly, but I mean, they're silly.
As a candidate who ran for school committee, and I always bring this shit up that I ran for school committee, but one of the biggest disappointments was that our debate got canceled because of COVID, and I'm pretty confident I could have obliterated my opponents if we were standing at a stage and answering questions off the cuff. And I think that's a very important piece to voters, is to be able to see how these people respond to, 100%. Questions, and then, and how they respond to the other candidate, and how I need to see that.
I want body language. I want to see the things you don't say.
You need to see that, because that's the reality, because everything else is fluff and media and shit. But you need to see these men and how this is the leader of the free fucking world we're talking about. If you can't stand in a room and answer a question from a fucking news reporter and talk to the guy who's running against you, then that speaks volumes. And it's obvious that Trump is ready and chomping at the bit to go. And Biden's team is like, how are we going to fucking get up? Can we use a hologram? Are we going to do a Tupac hologram where he just comes down to the stage? We just had Joe
get busted with the
teleprompter.
Like it was a joke, but that everyone knew wasn't a joke. But now here's the proof.
Bring it.
Oh, really?
Bring it.
Oh,
we
you didn't
need
see
it.
This?
No.
Yes.
In an interview, he goes, yeah, I got a picture like me and my boys, whatever it is. And he goes to get a picture. And when he holds up the picture, the reflection on the glass shows the teleprompter on the side. Yes.
Did you watch football this week?
Yes.
And did you?
I did.
Did you notice the onslaught of Biden ads?
Yeah.
No, I didn't watch it traditionally. I went through the internet.
First commercial on Sunday Football, right after the opening thing, was a Biden ad.
Right.
And it is a very sad one.
Come on, man.
He had to take his oath at his kids were in the hospital, or somebody was in the hospital. It was after his wife and his daughter died. And then his son, one of his two remaining children,
Hunter,
got terminal cancer. And he could not imagine not having health insurance during those last months of his life. And it tugs at the heartstrings. However, my biggest takeaway is they are using old pictures of Joe. The pictures they're using of him in that ad are not current pictures. He looks much younger, much more vivacious.
Wait, was this back when he was saying he wasn't cool with segregation? With segregation? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
It'll be like
from
an
those
animal.
days.
Oh, we're talking about pictures
like a jungle.
Yeah, a racial jungle. That Joe? Racial jungle Joe?
Yeah, from those days.
All right. I was making sure we got the right setup for that. So,
right, what else did we have on here today? Camille Cameltoe was in Miami. She had the armed guards with the AR-15s.
Did she?
Yeah, she says that within the first 100 days, she's getting rid of them.
What?
Hey, they came hard during the Democratic conventions, too. People should bring that back up. The whole Buttigieg.
I'll take the
wasn't that the dude that's going to go for your guns?
I think he was going to go for your gun, but not for your
That's
gun.
Isn't it? Am I right or wrong, though? Wasn't that him? Or am I mixing up?
That's the gay guy from Michigan.
I know, but wasn't that the one that during the debates said about, like, they said, blah, 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 we're going to go for their guns. Well, I'm telling you, if elected, I'm going to go for your guns. Like, he literally said it.
Who was this?
Jeez, man. I'm not even a hardcore right person. I thought,
I'm looking at
she's gonna
Melvin
clear her-
Gaudet
she's gonna have
saying to
clear
me,
her
Mr.
browser history
Gaudet
after this.
saying that he's going to be attending my Trump rally this weekend.
Oh, good.
Are you going to wear your medals?
Earl.
Yeah,
Joe
your
Earl.
fake medals.
Oh
Well,
my
Earl,
gosh, she's on board and you're throwing him under the bus.
Yeah,
You're throwing
no.
him under the segregation bus that Joe
Listen.
doesn't want in the city.
Listen, just because you support Trump doesn't mean I want you at these rallies.
At least for the election.
You're going to bring your Confederate flag? Stay home. I don't want it.
I don't know where you.
Breonna Taylor's got the family got an $12 million settlement today.
Ooh.
From
I have
Louisville
nothing
police.
negative there. They deserve whatever. That's
So-
a whole weird situation.
That was just an
Snafu.
accident,
Well,
right?
yeah,
I just
it
want
wasn't
to.
intentional.
Well, I read about it.
It's
You know what
people
I
act-
mean?
That's
And
definitely, but that brings light to why that whole scenario is a little bit sketchy, and we need to kind of put a little bit more of a be careful with those. It's the
Yeah.
same thing with the tear gas. Like, not to get a huge convo, but it's the tear gas convo of let's maybe rethink how often and how easy we throw tear gas.
Yes.
Real convo. Let's stop
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I agree.
I'm on board. Like I said, there's nothing
With that
nothing
Breonna Taylor thing, I mean, I read about it, and I can understand why anybody would be upset that that happened.
Yes.
And I think the culture bred that type of moment.
Yeah.
So
boyfriend was
I'm
a
not
drug
saying,
dealer, right?
yeah. I mean, the culture on both
keep
sides.
your company.
Yeah. Well, yes.
What are we talking about? Hold on.
Well, the boyfriend, she looked
'Cause
for the
they-
drug dealer. They were there to
In
arrest
what
him.
sense, though? Like, are we talking about what? Is he pitching dimes here? Because, like, then I have, like, what are we saying, though, really?
I mean, enough to get where he was firing at
No.
firing at the police.
Yeah. But wait a minute. Weren't they at the wrong door? Or
Yeah.
did that change?
No, they
So
were at
they're
the wrong
door. So
apartment.
I don't care. From that point on, you knocked on the wrong door.
Yeah.
If I don't know who you are and you have your guns drawn on me, that's my point. In this country, you need to know you're knocking on my door, sir.
Yeah,
like
they
I seen a
fucked up.
recent video that crossed over on Facebook where it was like a farmer type person on his land. I don't know if it was Zen maybe shared this. Somebody shared this. It was a video of like a farmer-esque situation. A sheriff goes onto the property, knocks on the doors, looking for the guy. The guy's like, what are you doing here? And then he's like, wait, you're on my land. That means you crossed my gate. You opened my gate. My gate was locked. Like, what are you doing here?
Breaking
Goes
in.
back in his house. Cop's now like, sir, like, what's going on? Looking for the guy. The guy had a dog as well. I was waiting for this moment. You see the dog run away from the front door where you thought the guy would be, and no, he's coming from the back. Now the cop's like, sir, no, that guy's boom, like, just get out. Now the guy, sir, gets the revolver out, shoots a couple back. Now he's just running as fast as he can the other way, radio and, shots fired. But
Where's this?
I gotta find it.
This
It's
country?
like- yeah, oh yeah. This is this
Wow.
country. This is, like I said, like farmland USA. You know what I mean? But this is what I'm just trying to make the point. There are rules to this country where people should,
Right.
if we had general respect, like for a lot of things, I know it's a big topic, but if you had respect for certain things, a lot of situations might not happen. And also when bad situations happen, if everyone else has the respect around you, they should have the same respect to call out bullshit.
Right.
So as a general thing that would happen.
Right.
But it's an interesting video.
It wouldn't be the first time people use badges to rob somebody and say that they were police.
That's
when
another
they
dirty
weren't.
part. People get smarter every day, and we start to learn.
Rob
it's
drug
an inevitable-
dealers.
Inevitable.
Yeah.
We're getting inevitably close to some. It's getting biblical out there.
Now there's a little local controversy with the car accident. A couple of car accidents.
Good topic.
Yeah,
Good segue.
Good segue. Went to
That's
Route
good.
6
If
east.
you want to sponsor that segue,
That's
right now.
it's really hard to talk about this one.
It is. And they charged the driver.
Oh, I know why. Yeah.
They charged the driver. I don't know what they charged him with. Vehicular homicide.
I don't understand this story. Some of it just doesn't make sense
There's a lot
to
of
me.
people sniffing it at it, thinking it's
Now, there's a lot of people saying, well, what are you doing with your kids out at, what time was it?
2 a.m.
2 a.m.
That doesn't bother me so much.
I'm thinking, has there been any time where I've been in the car with my kids at 2 a.m.? Holiday party?
I can see
Yeah.
easily, exactly. And maybe it does. It's not like I did it every weekend, but maybe in my life, and I can't think of one off the top of my head, but I'm sure, like, say 2 times in my life, 3 times, it's had to have been a chance where
Christmas Eve.
somebody's
Yes.
car broke down, your husband or boyfriend or girlfriend or wife, car broke down, we gotta go get them, whatever it is, some stupid thing, come on, they're stuck. Dumb things happen. So is it weird? Yes, but
I mean, I will
it.
tell you, traditionally, just being out of the house in a vehicle past midnight for me gives
Usually
me
nothing good.
anxiety.
Yeah.
There's no good that can come of it. I have a 19-year-old daughter who drives at night, and
When the creeps
she
come
will. I'm sure if she were listening, she would call and be like, "My mother never stops. I time how long it takes her to get from one place to the next. I'm paranoid or whatever." So knowing these little kids, 9 and 10 years old, were out in a car on their way back from a party at 2 a.m. doesn't sit well with me. Do I think it's bad parenting? No. I would like to know more. Like, what are you doing?
Let's get to the magic, though.
Yeah. It's
So
a sad
then-
tragedy.
So now I'm hearing one car clipped another car, and they pulled over on the side of the road,
The high speed
On the
lane.
left side.
and on the left side to make the decision to not do anything about it, just to talk it over
Now, did
tomorrow.
these two parties know each other? Were they coming from the same
Apparently
party?
they came
They were
from the
coming
same
from the
party.
same party. So that piece right there makes me wonder, was there some shit going
Oh
down?
yeah, wait. Can we clarify? That's the other thing. No. Why are we all? We just sat here and we're like, have you ever had your kids out past 2 a.m.? But they're coming from a party,
Correct.
so never mind. This wasn't Christmas.
Correct. I know.
No, but I'm saying we just had to like try to judge ourselves and say, would you do this? Yeah, but they didn't come from a Christmas party. Like we're trying to rationalize.
I definitely would not be
I don't know
coming
if I
from a
would've-
party on a Saturday night at 2 a.m. with my kids in the
In
car. I
Sept-
can tell
in
you I've never
September.
done it.
In
I've never
September.
done it.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
Never. Even at Christmas at 2 a.m. No.
Right, but I mean, again, we're talking about there is no weird reason. Like, what are we talking about? But anyway,
Does anybody not know that, like, if you get pulled over on the side of the road, there's a chance you're going to get hit?
I don't think a lot
Why
of
do people keep doing it?
I've seen that, and I've seen a lot of people drifting lately. That makes me nervous. I don't know if
Really?
it's I don't know if-
Texting.
like, well, yes, but just I think people are just driving looser in the lanes. I don't know how to explain it because even with texting, like, yes, but I've seen it's not. They're just lazier
Yeah.
about caring to stay in again respect.
Right.
They're just like life's got it. Jesus has got the wheel. I'm
Right.
good. And like so yeah.
So those two cars were pulled over, and another car came and hit this car. Is that what happened?
Rear-ended the Subaru Impreza, I believe, and kind of did the accordion effect. I
And the
guess-
person who hit that car got charged?
yes.
And
With
they
what?
Vehicular homicide. Again, it's still got to go before a clerk magistrate sometime this week for them to see if it's going to
There's any.
be enough. So
Right.
I don't know. Maybe they just wrote up the charges to be safe. Maybe the guy wasn't paying attention because if the rear brake lights are on, you do have a duty to stop.
That's right. Like,
Was he intoxicated?
what's
Was there
his
weed?
viewpoint?
You know, there's definitely something that happened there, but it's a sad situation, and I'm
I
certainly
mean, I
glad.
can see pure confusion.
Oh, I'm
Like, if
looking at
on
the picture
highway-
right now. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's bad.
that is.
So were they not in a seatbelt?
I don't know. I mean, it's a whole confusing situation.
I would also I hate to. All right, how about this? I don't want to say specifically about this case because I do not mean this case specifically disrespect, but I'm going to say right now that the way everything looks and how goofy it looks, my other additive problem to this is generally because how old they were all young.
9 and 10
No, no,
sisters.
not the kids. No, the
Oh,
drive-
I think
29-year-old New
38?
Bedford woman was driving the Subaru,
45.
and a 43-year-old.
Never mind. No, I was going to
What
say
kind of a
young.
woman drives a Tundra?
And the woman agreed to deal with the damage
would
later,
know
and
that
were
one.
about to resume their drives when a Jeep Grand Cherokee being driven by Robert Sylvia, 29 years old from Fall River, crashed into the Subaru, sending it into the Tundra.
I thought they were younger. I don't know. I was trying to make the point of younger, and I'm like, a lot of people these times, again, just not having common sense,
decisions.
quote unquote. Yeah, poor decisions to make because I'm again left lane. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
No, it doesn't. And
Is
then
this like a fresh to this country and not knowing which way to drive type thing? And I don't mean that stupid. I mean like
you wouldn't
is
be out
this-
at 2 a.m. if then.
Oh, maybe you would because
Yeah.
a lot. What I mean is like fiesta time. Everybody's like, who cares? It's party central.
Nah.
I don't know, man. I'm just saying because where is the logic here? What are we talking about?
I don't know if it's anybody like.
Oh, yeah, like
I
the
know-
furthest way people have reached, this is definitely a reach, speculation, not even allegedly, just making up stories here. But the furthest reaches, what are we going here? Like a bad drug deal? Like what? I don't get it.
Yeah,
How far does this
maybe.
go? I don't get it.
Maybe. I mean, you don't know.
I mean, in my imagination, these two people that knew each other from the party were drinking, and
made poor decisions.
made some bad decisions.
So,
And
I mean, it's just
But I think they would have been charged as well.
maybe they might be still. COVID slowing
Ongoing
things down.
investigation.
my
I don't
biggest
know.
fear in my life is something happening to my kids. It paralyzes me on a daily basis. This seems so flagrant and irresponsible.
Did
Worst
you
part-
come up president of today?
Yeah.
Did you see that young girl with the pant leg up, holding the sign?
Yeah.
What was
The
sign
one on the
say?
corner
Yeah.
near Bicentennial?
Yeah, that was sad.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? What did the sign say?
I don't
Homeless.
know. Yeah,
Just a straight homeless
she
sign.
just looked like a mess.
I did see a guy.
That's somebody's daughter.
I know. I saw a guy driving
Jesus.
a bike. He had on full sweatshirt with a hood, a
Segue
coat,
into RBT segment.
and he had on headphones a mask. The mask was just a little bit lowered here, and he was smoking a cigarette out of the mask while he was riding his bike. And I just kept thinking that mask could just go up in flames. I don't know. The biggest, saddest shit is that I go to the grocery store and I can't snack while I'm walking down the aisles now because I have my mask on. I always grab like a bag of Milanos and eat a Milano or two, and now I can't.
My mother used to do that.
I could not. There's
What?
no way. There's no way. I could, if I was with somebody and they were doing that, I know it's usually the person who's with me is like an older person who's
Snack
just
in the grocery
so
store?
brazen.
My
Yeah,
mother
like
would open a package.
Straight
I
up.
get it.
and
Like, it's
take
not a
a couple
problem.
and just leave it.
It's not necessarily a problem. Like you're paying for it. I get it. It's just one of
No,
those
no,
like,
right.
wow, this is brazen. It's not
It
bad.
takes
It's
me
just
2
brazen.
hours to grocery shop. It's like a thing. You know what I
it's a
mean?
ritual.
Hey,
I
I
got
remember when I was a kid one time. You know the Brock's candy that you could get?
You
took-
pretend you'd put money in it.
Take it. I remember I got in trouble one time.
I have bad.
Speaking
stories.
of Brock's candy, you know how my fucking day started today? This is how my fucking day started. I had a dentist appointment for a cleaning at 9 a.m. Well, I get in there and I find out it's not a cleaning, that it's a double cavity under my Lulu's tooth.
How do you not know this?
Because my wife told me it was a cleaning. So I get this fucking
Sign
needle
the
went
paper,
so
say it
far
out.
into my fucking mouth that my tongue felt like it was electricity going through it. The lady literally called me a pussy.
Don't.
Dr. Roderick. She's awesome too. But that's how my day started. So my mouth has been numb all day. And
Anything in the mouth is not good like that. Like
No.
teeth, it's just.
yeah, so but you know, I think I'm gonna switch to
I like how
vodka
your
and
wife
pineapple.
takes care of you to really counterbalance
I've seen the
everything that you
salads.
do to
I've seen-
destroy your life.
Exactly. I've
She
seen the
does. I
salads.
collect
Yes.
these cards and I'll
Look,
go home and give
you're
them
like
to
a
her.
grown up.
And she'll have these, and she'll put them on the calendar, and she'll say, Jeffrey, tomorrow you have to go to
You've
the
made it.
psychiatrist.
This means you've made it as an adult. You have cards with appointments on it.
I
I
did.
don't have any of that.
Oh,
so,
you'll
yeah,
get
I
there.
know,
It's
maybe.
okay.
I got it. I got
Still
50
time.
bucks.
Still
I got to go see my niece to buy some weed after the show.
Why don't you go to Northeast Alternatives?
She's got better product and cheaper. Shout
Bullshit!
out.
You can't get better product than Northeast Alternatives.
I haven't.
Have you seen the line? Listen, this
line.
drives me crazy. Solar
I mean, the moon rock.
Therapeutics.
The moon rock, yeah.
Solar Therapeutics is in Somerset. You drive by that place on a Saturday afternoon. There's 2 cars in the lot. You go to Fall River, and people are waiting in lines
Why
all
is
the
that?
way.
Yeah, why?
The product is superior. I'm telling you, I don't smoke weed. I do the gummies
Yeah.
before bed. The product is far superior. The one in Solar it tastes weird. It doesn't have a good consistency. The ones over here are like candy, literally.
My buddy Eric said that, too.
I'm telling you.
Exactly.
And my husband, who
I want to be
smokes.
clear. There's no sponsor at this moment.
No, but
wide
I mean,
open.
I can
wide
tell-
open.
listen,
just wide open.
I'm telling-
this
and-
opinion could change like that.
No,
Shout
I've
out-
said
like
this
a
for
drunk white girl
forever.
on prom night. They're
Listen.
wide open.
Listen, and the people and the environment and the vibe over at Northeast, everybody is
a
just
real
so
chill vibe.
happy. Like, hey,
So
girl, how are you
relaxed.
doing? I
So
just
hungry.
I tip those people so much money. Tips, $10 each time. Tip them.
Hey.
Give those people money. And I think they run the best operation they possibly can there. Thare far superior. So I don't know why people are buying anything
So
on the
let's
street.
say Devin gets it from somewhere associated with one of those type of things.
Bullshit. She doesn't. Devin should go work there because she's probably going to make $30 an hour between what they pay her and her tips.
I didn't say her name.
Oh, you said
Oh,
Devin.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
actually
did.
did. That
I'm just
was-
saying. I don't know.
I meant my other niece. Sorry. Wow.
I was
Spot
confused. I
blown
was
up.
like, why are we talking? Do they know what we're talking about?
Dallas.
I'm just saying.
had a kid today,
It's Dallas had a baby.
and it was
What's
born
going
alive. So we're proud of
It's
him.
really cute. Congratulations,
It is.
Dallas.
Dallas, good. You're a father now.
We were dying to know the name.
That means we.
It's Nevaeh. I bet.
They had a bid that he was gonna name it Florida Raw for $16,000.
Do you know Nevaeh is heaven backwards?
No,
Is
I
that
thought hell
satanic?
was.
So when I was
If
when
you
I
say
had-
it backwards, is that
no,
like,
but I remember when I had my daughter who's 11. I had her at Charlton, and there was a situation where there was a woman that had a baby, and they were taking the baby away. She didn't want the baby. She was on
Oh, one of
drugs.
these
Didn't want.
homeschooling
And
girls.
listen, if you're a mom and you just had a baby, and
do they know
someone's
how much they could get in the black market?
and and you're listening to a girl say I don't want it, you're
That's reason.
hormonally it's just not a good place to be. But anyway, I remember a nurse,
Use the
probably
mouth next time.
HIPAA violation, not supposed to be talking about it, but she was like, listen, this is our 5th baby called Nevaeh today. And I was like, Nevea. And she's like, yeah, it's like these
Is it a
drug
Drake
addicts.
song?
They call their babies Nevea, which is heaven backwards.
Hilarious, and I'm sorry for laughing for all the drug addicts out there with babies named Nevaeh, but that's hilarious.
So imagine
Also, I love
kids that are named Nevaeh watching this right now. They're like,
Well, it's a self-realization thing.
Your
Like, they're
mother's
gonna
a
have to get
junkie,
there
man.
eventually. They're gonna have to get there eventually.
Full disclosure, it's not everybody, but I'm just telling you what a nurse told me. She's like, this was our 5th baby named Nevea today.
and was it on 60 milligrams of methadone like the mother?
I listen, in my mind, that doesn't happen.
What?
In that there are women that go to have babies that are addicted to drugs and
Happens
they
every
leave
day.
their babies or they get taken away. In my mind, that doesn't happen because it just seems that a mother separating from the child that she carried is the most unnatural thing ever to me. And how women do it every day it's beyond my
I don't know how a
comprehension.
man can do it, never mind a woman. And women, actually, that's part of a woman, so more so than a man. But I just can't see how a man can do it, never mind a woman. But are you glad you're homeschooling as well? Because I'm hearing a lot of weird stuff about this homeschooling stuff.
I would like my children in school.
Right.
I believe the
Give it a
risks
little
are
break,
extremely
5
low.
hours.
It's not even that. I don't believe the quality of education they're getting through a computer screen is comparable to what they need to stay competitive and to get to college. And I'm very concerned about regression. Everybody, I think everybody's upset and pissed. The expectations were set very, very low. I think many people are pleasantly surprised around the area about how easy it has been. They're giving you computers. If you don't have the internet, they're going to give you internet. You're going to get lunches. You're going to get food. You just need somebody to stay home with them. So I get it. That's a challenge in itself. But I've been impressed with how it's going. However, it's just not realistic for long term. You cannot do this
in
this
these
long.
6th, 7th grade, some kids are smarter than others
Yeah,
in
I
these
was gonna
basic
say, it
classes.
depends on the
Yep.
kid.
How
Depends on
long
the age.
before we have an instance of a little Johnny sitting there, he's bored, and he clicks up RedTube, and all of a sudden he starts snapping the carrot
I
in
mean,
front of the whole class?
Well,
But
wait,
doesn't realize it.
There was the thing with the gun, right? The kid with the gun.
No.
Again, I read these random things. And I don't know where I read them. I don't know if it's in the middle of our group or something else. But no, there was a kid that was on live stream, or not on live stream. He was on like his class, and in the middle of the class, he had a toy gun. And when he had the toy gun, this might have been another Zen post. He had
Shoot up a school through the Zoom.
well, he
they
got.
send someone to his house.
I think they might have. But what's worse is he got suspended for like 4 days, like as if he brought a gun to school.
Well, I think
This is the problem. Wait, this is what I'm saying. It's all a huge conspiracy. It's not. There's the majority of the world is dumb, and we allow dumb shit like this to happen.
Michael,
There's no way.
they called me
was my-
into the school 2 years ago because I had put up a picture on my Facebook. We had just bought our house, and my son was like, organizing his room, and we have Nerf guns and water guns, and he put 2 guns in his window, like on the top of the window, like this. And I was coming down the street, and I saw them, and I took a picture, and I was like, this is my son organizing his room. So I said to him, what kind of message does that send to the neighborhood that you've got these
I hope you
Nerf
filled
guns?
them with piss.
And he goes, exactly, Mom, right? I get called into the school and I'm told the teachers are concerned about the gun culture in my house.
Now, I make fun of
For
pedophilia priests.
Nerf guns.
All right, hold on now.
Nerf guns that you can buy
I don't
at
wanna lose
CVS.
this. I don't want to lose
Go,
this.
go.
Here's your warning. Mike's
Go.
warning to everybody out there. We were just talking about the Facebook thing, shutting down your Facebook, right, and all that. So now another warning of what's coming around the corner. So they're putting this. This is just a free thought. I don't have nothing to base this on. But where my head's going is they're giving you these laptops, and they're saying, your kid now goes to school in your house. Here's the laptop. Now the problem is. Now that's like a weird blending of government in your home.
Yeah.
Because you have to mandatingly making up words here left and right, to put your kid in the school because of government structured rules. Now it's also, again, mixing that government structure into your home. If you have that government piece of property in your home, there's going to be some weird loophole in here where you just gave the government access to inside your home. And not only that, because it's now like a school setting, there's going to be some weird twist to rules where now they have like some rules to how your home is run. So for instance,
Well, they're
what
already
just
telling
said
you
with the
kids
gun,
you can't have a drink or snacks while you're on camera.
This is what I'm saying.
So the band director doesn't even have to drive 100 miles to watch
But
these
to make
girls.
it
No,
worse,
they're right
to
from
the
his
point
house.
like you just said about gun culture, etc. What I'm saying is this is eyes into your home.
Right.
So then when the kids are like, they're doing a history lesson, and when they say who's responsible for this, that, and the other thing, and when the kid gives that answer that leans them toward, I think mommy and daddy might be a little bit of those freedom fighters. They might have a little bit of an ounce of there's more to life than just human. There might be something bigger.
Hey, girl.
Those are going to be the keys that make them trigger and say, no, let's get on there. Let's get in that. Hey, Johnny, I think we got a problem. We're going to need to send a representative to your house, Johnny.
Sure.
He's going to be a real sweet guy. Don't worry. He's going to shake his hand. He's going to talk to you. He's probably going to have you for gym class sending a twerking video on TikTok. Let's segue into that.
You're
welcome.
I can't. I'm triggered by just you seeing it. Listen, I know everybody's got their own stuff to deal with. This segment
sponsored by Netflix Cuties.
My daughter's gym teacher sent over an option for homework or work to do for gym, and it was a made flyer, and it gave 3 options for my 11-year-old 6th grade daughter to take a video of something and send it to the gym teacher. The very first option was to upload a TikTok video. You don't have to use the TikTok app, it said, but it had the TikTok logo on it of a TikTok dance, and send it over to him. I am super sorry.
Fuck no.
My daughter, first of all, is 11 and does not have TikTok. Number 2, the age requirement for TikTok is 13. So why you're sending 11-year-olds assignments for a program they're not even supposed to be on is beyond me. And number 3, TikTok is sexualizing little girls with these fucking dances. Listen, TikTok is super entertaining for me. I watch reels of it on Instagram.
Isn't that what Melissa Costa does with the puppets?
Yeah, I think
she's watching us today. Hi, Melissa.
Yeah,
we didn't forget
no, that's a fans-only account for Melissa Costa. I just don't understand how this actually brings me to a point. I believe all curriculum should be uploaded online for parents to review in advance so we can see what these teachers are teaching.
That's a good point. Why do they treat curriculum like as if it's a business
It's a
thing?
secret. It's a secret. You can't know about it. And there was a school committee member in Somerset, Melissa Terra, who I am super disappointed in her lately, but she had a goal of getting the school district in Somerset to upload all the curriculum online. She failed at that miserably after 2 terms, but it still should be done. The side note to this whole thing about having this in school at home is I can hear teachers now. So my daughter is...
Yeah, you get to see their life as well. Though.
So is it worth it for them to be able to see the small little piece that I'm giving them of my daughter's bedroom, which we made sure looked perfect in the background, and my son has the right posters up, but now I can hear her?
But what happens when that gets shut down because you don't need to even see or hear that? Like, what if they're there in the
I'll always hear
setting?
her teach.
No, but what if when they're, like, I'm saying, what if that setting changes? You're still...
No, I'm not talking about her house. I'm talking about what's her content. How is she teaching my child? What are you talking about? You know what I mean? So, for example, I would have never known that my daughter's class was asking what pronoun she wanted to be identified as.
No way.
I would have never known that because my daughter would have been in a classroom and I know nothing because you can't go in there and you can't see anything. But at home, I was able to see that the teacher sent a form over and asked, how would you like to be identified? And that's something I would have never known.
The age on that was again what?
11.
11, right?
6th grade.
Yeah.
And again, my issue with that is I just don't think it's a school district's or public school's job to determine when I have those conversations with my children.
How about little Stephanie, little Jody, not he, she, whatever, if you don't want to get involved in it. But also there's Turtle Boy's been finding these people all over the state that are liberalizing the kids and telling them all about Black Lives Matters. They're, again, like our little friend Melissa, they're trying to indoctrinate these kids into believing a certain way. And it should be separated.
The biggest misconception is that someone like me who is against Black Lives Matter, who is against pronouns being discussed with 11-year-olds, I'm extremely tolerant. My daughter, who is 11, actually has a friend who I believe is transgender at 11 years old. And that child has slept over my daughter's house. They are friendly. We're extremely tolerant, but I believe that it should be my choice when to discuss these things with my child. And I think deciding what pronoun your child gets called in school is a conversation between you, your child, and the teacher and the administration or the principal. That is not a blanket thing for every child. Right. It's a kind of like under a health issue. You know what I mean? And I believe that it is because it's a mental health issue.
I want to piggyback on that because I'm glad Julie said that, like, you're open to it enough, because my if I try to be objective, I will admit the difficult thing is saying, like, I get that there's going to be actual kids who are actually dealing with, like, those mental questions at that age. Like, that's a weird age where, yes, some could have had to deal with it earlier, but I can see it kicking in around that time.
Mm-hmm.
So my problem though is I also then feel like kind of like what you just said, that we're entering like, should we be discussing this right now for everyone?
Should we be discussing domestic abuse at age 11 and fighting and arguing? I mean, there's a lot of other
things.
things.
Though, that these kids are actually operating under gender, not stereotypes, but gender roles. Like you're just giving that naturally in the world. So
Right.
domestic violence, if you're seeing it at home, is going to be in your natural world, but it shouldn't be. So in other words, it's not like a given. Whereas you're dealing with a child, calling them boy or girl from their very beginning on.
But the conversation where a child maybe has a name of Kelly Smith, but is saying the teacher is addressing that child as a he, that can be confusing for a child like my daughter who may not have had that conversation with a parent yet.
The problem is we waste. Okay, this is why these conversations.
And why are we
so
having
hard.
this conversation in school? My child is there to learn math, English,
Because
history, science.
I know this is why I said all right. So, but if you're actually going to be tolerant of it, I'm just admitting I don't know how to handle this. I'm admitting though that I know there's going to be kids who are dealing with like going to school, having to say inside their own mental head every day they watch a cartoon about a boy and they're like, that's not me, but yet that's me. I don't know.
Okay.
Now they go to school and let's, like you said, Kelly. So here's Kelly who doesn't know what's going on. On the side of Kelly is Tony, who is calling Tony or doing something, calling Kelly a certain way or doing something. Kelly's very confused. Kelly has to deal with that every day. I'm
But
just
Mike,
saying I understand
Kelly
that's
has a
complicated.
parent.
I know, but that's the problem. You're dealing with parents who I just am of the opinion that a lot of people are stupid. I'm not going to lie. So there's a lot of kids who are going to grow up stupid because their parents are stupid. So the problem is, how do we help stupid situations but not
It's not
overly
public
set?
school. That's
I don't
not
wanna
the job
I'm with
of
you.
the public school. That's not what I paid
with
my
you.
tax dollars for.
I'm with
It's
you.
funded by me.
Now, that segment, Pat, from Saturday Night Live, you think that
Shouldn't
would
be
survive today on TV?
I think there's a lot of things that wouldn't survive today.
But yet we can bring it up to the
See,
11-year-old.
I wish we could because again, I'm in the same boat of being open to a lot of things, but I like to joke through them. I think humor is what brings people to understand things, and when we don't laugh about it, you're really just not thinking.
Listen,
about
I
it.
took my kids to Provincetown this
laugh,
summer
you can't
on
think.
vacation. We were down the Cape and we went to Provincetown. While we were driving there, I talked to my kids in the car about, listen, we're going to go somewhere right now, and this place is known for being a location where people in same-sex relationships or in the LGBT community can feel comfortable. So this is like their territory. They feel comfortable here. They can be
Them
themselves.
motherfuckers feel comfortable
More
everywhere.
so, but no, come on, more so there than anywhere else. And I had to prep my kids for that. And I said, we're not going to be intolerant. It was just, and my daughter was extremely comfortable. My son, who's 14, was like, Mom, I'm just feeling a little uncomfortable.
Can I just say something that popped in my head while you were saying all that? I just realized how I was, because I was trying to think of either not even a rebuttal, but like here's my side. And so I'm like, what have I done? I haven't done any of that. I just live like I was trying to think. I've never preferenced my kid unless I thought someone else was going to act like outlandish. Like if I thought I was ever bringing my kid to a place where something might be, like you're saying, comfortable, but comfortable's fine. Like if I saw, if we went to a place and there was 2 guys, 2 girls that started kissing and doing whatever in front of them, I think he would look to me for a reaction.
Mm-hmm.
I would show no reaction, and I would just be like, "Yeah, it's. What do you want me to tell you? Like, we're there.
I mean,
Let's
maybe
go."
that's a little
and I would
bit
live my life. No, but
Of
like,
a
then
helicopter parent,
no, for
which
sure.
I am.
But if you had like someone then like out in your face, just like hello, blah blah, right there, then if I knew that was coming ahead of time, I would preference things like, listen, it's gonna be a little crazy. Let's keep our heads straight.
Well,
and
I
go
don't know
forward.
if you could really anticipate what it was going to be like.
I just meant if
down
I
there.
did. But for the
Right.
general consensus of like, if I was going to P-Town, I don't even know if first off, I don't even know if I would just go to P-Town. I have no plans to trips I just don't know why I would go there.
Every year I've gone.
I'm telling you, the reason I went there is because I think in Somerset, my children's exposure
I always
to
feel a little gay,
LGBT
but
community is almost non-existent. My children are exposed to nothing
think-
LGBT.
I think they don't have a choice though because of media and whatnot. Like I think it's just.
But I
literally
have a
in their
daughter
face.
that's in. No, it's not. And my kids aren't on social media.
They don't watch the Kardashians?
No.
Wait, you know what though? You know what?
My
I wanna
kids
give a
watch
point.
South Park.
You know what?
that's cool.
I want to piggyback off your point to give you actually yes. And you know what? Surprisingly so, I'm confused about something. So in my own life, I know other people still do it. You'll catch me. At some point I had the epiphany of not using gay with the negative context to it. Like,
Yeah.
I did that throughout my life. and I was one of those people who were like, it's not how I mean it. I don't mean all that stuff. Then I had the epiphany of like, no, because this, and I don't mean it. Okay, no, I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
So I stopped doing it. My point being is I don't do that like around like my kid or anything like that.
Yeah.
I've caught him like using it like in such a, or even like, so like I'll play Xbox with him and on live where I get to hear the interaction with him and his friends. So I'm in the zone of what's going on there. I'll hear it like being dropped like still. And the crazy thing is like, I'm like taken back by it quickly. Like, wait, what? But my point is it's like, these are younger kids. So he's not overly doing it. Cause again, I don't overly use it. He's not mimicking me.
Right.
But I'm like, these kids, I honestly thought though, they would just pass that. And I thought I was like, would have been grandpa in the moment.
Right.
Instead, I'm like, hold on, what are you doing, boomer? Like, what's going on here? But yeah, so
How
just
old?
15. So we're talking about 15, 16, like in that entering high school, which then I understand too. It's like they're entering, the testosterone's going up and they're just being, they're getting to be assholes and douchey as they get older.
Yeah.
But still, it just took me back. Like I said, I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
This is you sounded kind of boomer there, and I know it didn't come from me, so what's going on?
Right.
Generationally, I guess it's...
Social media.
Yeah, but even that, my kid's not heavy on it, but he'll still be influenced. And like I said, he wasn't really
But he
dropping
might not
it left
be, but
and right.
he's being influenced by someone
That's
that
what
is.
I'm saying. He's not dropping it left and right, but I did hear it out of him, but I'm hearing it in general in the circle. So now, right, social media-wise... Now this is the stuff they were trying to expose with the whole Russian thing, with as far as social media goes. You got to understand, if you get one person, if they study the data on your Facebook and they look at one person gets like 100 people that usually do interact with them, that's now an influencer. So all they got to do is influence the influencer and it spreads, right?
Yeah.
So it's very easy. My point is, it's a huge conspiracy. It's not really the hardest thing to pull off.
Right.
These people, it's not. Again, a lot of people are simple Simons who just go along with
And a
things.
lot of
They don't
politicians
realize it.
believe that. They're like,
What?
these people, we'll just tell them this, they'll believe it.
Oh, that's because they know.
The majority will.
But a lot of them know. So that's my biggest problem with
Jordan just
entering that
posted,
field. Wow.
On Twitter, do Democrats realize they're legit voting for an old white racist when they proudly cast their ballot?
So I say,
Joe Biden?
again, segregation,
They don't
racial
know that.
Jungle Joe.
Yeah.
They don't get it.
They don't understand that.
Or the whole gay marriage. One of the other points was that they don't understand that when him and Obama came in, they were against gay marriage. They changed it later. Like, it's just... That's my problem, again, like with the Candace Owens Cardi B thing. It's like people just enter this arena and I'm like, oh, hi, how are you? And they start throwing shots like they know everything. I'm like, you haven't even been paying attention.
But even if you're not paying attention, I would pick the non-politician over the lifetime
Not when
politician.
you're sold by Disney and every other media market. We were just talking about Travis Scott being sold by McDonald's.
Yeah.
What do you think, Joe Biden? He's being pushed by every channel.
What
You
if
said
your
you had
vote-
commercials during the NFL?
Right.
What if for you to vote, you had to take a 5-minute test?
Yeah.
And your vote weighed like someone like you guys would maybe get like 92 votes, where someone that, no offense to some of our previous callers, repeat callers, might get 1 point.
You can't.
Because
You
now
can't live in a perfect world, dude. That's what we're stuck with. That's the other realization. You can't do that because guess what happens?
But if you know what you're talking
setting,
about.
you're setting it
Yeah,
up
but
for
those people
finagling.
are just as easily influenced in the other direction. If they're not as smart enough to do their due diligence and not educate themselves on policy, they're almost fair game.
I don't like
somebody
creating-
that isn't paying, someone that's not smart enough. They're fair game to either side, but the people that get their hooks in them are the Democrats, because chances are, if they're not smart, they need the system to help them live and survive. And the Democrats are all about pushing that funding and that agenda to keep them there. Kimberly Klacik out of Baltimore has to be the most eye-opening candidate in the scene right now, where she literally
who's
talks about this.
Is that the one though? And I'm not saying this in a disparaging way. I'm just making. That's the one who not originally from, but got into to run. Or am I mixing this up with something?
Kimberly Klasik's from Baltimore. She's the one that put out that video walking down
Yeah,
Baltimore
but I thought
streets and saying,
she's not from there. I thought she was running for the district, but I didn't think she was from there or something.
I guess somebody did say that about her. I
might be wrong. That's why I
don't know. Something
clarification.
like that kind of, I glaze right over that because she's making such an impact and she's making so many great points.
I got nervous, or I get nervous, and I try to keep a little bit of skepticism because I got nervous she might be just one of those people just trying to throw in, reasonably so. If you can be a reasonable person around a bunch of unreasonable people and you're going to bring solutions, I feel like a lot of people are like, let me just go ahead and throw my hat in that race then. So I was a little cautious because that can be like a detriment later.
Yeah.
So I didn't glaze over it. I just didn't follow through. So I see she's,
Right.
the ads were good. She was getting steam, picking up steam because of it.
Yep.
That's also a marketability thing, though. Like,
Yeah.
she's going to be put front and center on Fox News because
Yeah.
it's like, hey,
She
this
already
looks
is.
great.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Trump's retweeting her and
Correct,
sharing her
but
stuff.
that's marketability. Like,
Yeah.
it's in other words, and it's not even
Well,
a negative.
they're
You take
desperate
someone.
for people like that. They're
That's what I'm
desperate for
saying.
somebody that stands out, that makes some sense,
Like
and that
Rayla
is
Campbell.
aligned with it, like Rayla Campbell. And I
Unfortunately
mean,
got railroaded.
so why don't you fill us in on that? Because I don't know.
She had appealed to the Supreme Court, Massachusetts, that she in fact gained 1,000 votes that were needed. So they voted on it. And of course, they shot it down. They're afraid of her. They don't want any part of her. So, but she's not going away. She's.
Are we doing a write-in? Is it? Has she
you
made
know
the
what?
decision
in
on that?
district. I honestly don't think she'd have a chance. But
Have you had Shiva look at the numbers?
Shiva. Hey, Shiva.
He's
did
doing a write-in, too.
2-hour.
Probably, yeah.
I went
No,
to,
he is. He put write-ins
Yes.
above all of his signs
I went
everywhere.
to read it, and it was a 2-hour. He had a 2-hour infomercial, and he's the guy that thinks everyone's a moron.
Sarah,
Like,
we need
fuck
Sarah
that.
in here
Yes,
to talk about
Sarah.
it because Sarah's a big fan of his.
Hopefully
I just
we'll have
don't.
Sarah next week.
I don't get it with.
I just told you why Sarah likes us. Sarah likes him because Sarah wants a leader. Sarah wants a man to be a man, and Shiva gets up there and talks to a bunch of people who look like they're out of the back of the trailer.
Wait, well, a
who-
bunch of people,
No,
like
it's
11
10
people.
We got like 50 people here. I'm good at math.
And then they turn
I'm
the
ca-
camera
Thank
and there's
you.
like 9.
You're talking about the one that was at night, right?
Yes,
Okay.
it's the election night when he lost, and he's dropping f bombs. Listen,
He's like, I'm good at math. He's like, there's like 50 people here. I'm like, I count 10, Shiva.
Listen,
I'm not good at math.
I'm really
I didn't
into
carry the
anybody
one.
that can use colorful language. Dropping f bombs does not turn me off. I had someone say something to me the other day online and says, "You're potty mouth." Okay, I'm done with you. I can't even handle it.
Sell me though either. Like,
But I'm okay with it. But it was just kind of the way that he was saying it. It was almost like there was no masculinity behind it. He was almost like crying
but the
about
problem
it.
is
Right.
the people in front of him are such worse simps. They're level 3 subs and he's a level 1 sub. So he's still got that leverage above them. He's like, listen, guys, I know what it's like. I've had at least a couple women in my life. I think I can get us there.
Caitlin-
All right? I can get us there. I've done the math.
We're going to start wrapping up soon because I have strict orders to pick up marijuana in Turkey on the way home from Whites.
Turkish.
Whites, one of the last few places left.
Wait, whoa.
Whites. Should we call it blacks? Should we
No,
call
I
it
just didn't know what you
Caucasians?
were
Should we
talking
call it
about.
crackers? I don't
That's
know.
it. Cancel culture. Whites.
Yeah, let's cancel.
No,
whites.
because the LaFrance's videos during COVID when we were in lockdown
Hey, the
and
Washington
they opened up were
football
everything.
team. The Washington football team. I
Washington.
just noticed that.
Yeah, but
Washington.
so why doesn't Green Bay? Why don't the LGBT whatever
What?
have a problem with the Green Bay team?
Why? What's wrong with Green Bay?
The Packers. That's not offensive to the gay community.
Leave the NFL teams alone.
Yeah,
Leave
just
all
let
the
them fucking
teams
play.
alone.
Hey,
please.
Tom Brady. What's
Cowboys
going on with
and
Tom Brady in
Indians.
4 weeks? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Tom Brady, quick.
Yeah.
Flash art. I'm going to say thumbs down. And
Cam Newton.
Yeah, I
Cam-
I rooted for Cam Newton. Does that
Cam-
make me? No, I'm not a racist. I
Cam-
rooted for
I'm
Cam Newton.
actually just indifferent on what I think he's going to do okay, but I definitely think Brady's going to find out the hard way he should have retired. It's bad.
And Cam's going to get his
We'll
knees
see though.
fucking
But to be
broken.
He's
respectful,
pulling a Joe Montana.
I'm gonna look. I
Should've
could
just retired.
easily. I'm not gonna lie. I could be a total hypocrite in 4 weeks like this because I want to give him 4 weeks because no. In 4 weeks, I'm being realistic. 4 weeks to see how it plays out. These guys had no practice. He's on a new team. I'm not gonna be that douchey to be like, yeah, guy, go to the new area.
All right, so
you
let's
never
do
played with
rapid
these
fire.
guys.
But Cam went to a new area. He's
I
never
know.
played with these guys, and he pulled
I
off a
know.
win, and he
I
didn't
know.
get intercepted twice.
He's played
Listen,
with those
I-
people before. There's
right now,
And-
right
It's
now.
a
McCourty
no.
brothers.
Hard pass.
Right.
If you're a
Celtics-
Patriots fan, what do you do
Celtics.
tonight? Right?
Yeah.
Tonight, Celtics. I'm saying it's a yes, a win tonight.
Go home team.
6:30. All right, and I wanted to ask you guys one thing because I always have to ask
God.
something because I'm a
What?
nosy motherfucker. But what are some restaurants that should have been long gone that are still fucking operating? Since we're losing some iconic
I'm
ones.
not. I'm gonna get hate. Are we gonna lose?
Are we gonna get in trouble?
Is Magoni's not going to advertise with us if we mention them?
I'm not
They
gonna.
lost
I'm
the
not gonna name
bridge.
a specific. So if you have one you like, great. But a lot of the Portuguese restaurants, honestly, I think are crap. I don't get it.
O'Jill's.
They're
Peace
just,
out,
it's a
O'Jill's.
dry piece of meat
Yeah.
with a stupid sliver of pepper on top, and
Hey,
every
you got to
Portuguese
chew
person
through
goes,
it like a Rottweiler, chew
I
through
don't
the
get it.
fucking pig.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Well,
I don't get it.
listen.
The pork, when you get like
We
pork
gotta
and little
have-
necks, guy, you gotta
we
try
need
the
to-
pork and little neck. It's,
Wait, we need to have a Hunger
dry.
Games with all the Portuguese restaurants in Fall River.
Yes.
We're going to do some sort of bracket.
Sogs.
Let's do a bracket.
All right, let's get
Sogs
one
is
going.
going to go all the
All
way.
right,
Sogs all the way.
Have you tried
What?
the pork?
Sogs.
Have you tried the
Cinderella. Jeju Duro. It was a Duro
Duro steak.
manufacturer and is now Duro Steak.
If I have one criticism of that, one
The umbrellas,
criticism,
the
and
umbrellas.
I mean this coming from the best place of
Yes.
my love for the BDE or whatever. I do not love the name Townhouse. I do not love the name Duro Steakhouse. I
No.
do not like any of the names. I love how it looks aesthetically. It's
Makes
poppin'.
me think of Duro finishing.
It makes me think of Duro Finishing.
Yeah.
Townhouse, it's named after what it was before, which was an adult daycare community. Like we own Sweets Cafe, which was where
So they serve a lot of tapioca.
I'm just telling you, like, could we have not gotten a little bit more creative? We don't need to have a historical connection to what that building was before because it was an adult day program place.
Right.
It needs
Still
a
smells like
new
shit.
name, and I hate to say it.
and
it's just-
C diff.
I think there should have been some more better branding with it. Aesthetically, it's beautiful,
Make
and I
it
heard the
here.
food is great.
Yeah.
Make it here.
Make it. Yeah.
No.
So,
I just feel
What
like
else
it's
is going
got
on?
a very like Boston Providence vibe. but
how's
it's got
politics
those,
in Fall River? Anyone got
I don't even know anything
ties
this
to
week.
kick about that?
who's gonna run for mayor?
I watched.
Pam.
Carol? What?
Yeah.
The fuck out of here,
Pam.
Pam.
Yeah. She's been running every day, 4 miles.
Oh,
I think she's gonna do
I don't know. Do you think she wants to?
Peckham.
Yes.
Jesus Christ, I can't. Why don't we get
Hold
into
on,
those
hold
things?
on,
That's not happening.
hold on.
Leo?
Pex needs
Leo.
one more term.
All right, Trot.
Absolutely not.
We don't have time for
And
this.
it is
Cliff.
not because of any other reason other than I watch the meetings and I still just don't see anything.
Kadeem, why would he?
Kadeem
No.
doesn't need to. He's
Yeah,
No.
he's in Seacon making that shit ton more.
Ponte's got to have that on the
No.
back. No,
But I
he's
will
got
say,
that, like,
Pam made a very valid
few
point,
words.
and I think it was her. But she said, "Why the fuck are we paying us?" Well, she didn't say it like that. A school superintendent $220,000 when we're not. We don't even have a city administrator, but if we did, we're only going to pay her like $100,000. Valid point. I mean, although.
Well, I
I
think
have
the
nothing
superintendent in
against it.
Somerset with like a third of the kids gets paid $1.75.
I just don't think she actually has she shown any ambition to want that?
I don't know.
I don't think so. That's
No,
what I mean.
probably
It's not,
not.
I'm not talking about like she couldn't if she wanted to run. She could have a run, but I just don't think that's any.
Well, the point is anything that can happen in Fall River. Dan Robelard could be wheeling on the 6th
I can
floor
tell you right now, I don't
to
think-
What about
piss on
Linda?
the entire city of
Is
Fall
Linda
River.
going to go? Is this her chance? Carol Fiola?
I told Linda her time is up.
I don't
It's
think she
now?
can
You're
do it.
saying now's her time to
now's
run?
her time.
Come on, Jeff.
I don't think she can do it. Well, no, actually, take that back.
Jason
Wait, I wanna be
Burns?
clear, that wasn't a dig at her either.
I would
It
give
depends who's the
all my
competition.
money
It's all in
to
the
Jay
competition.
Burns. I would
Yeah.
I would raise every cent I could. I would give him all my money because
Is Coogan not going to run for re-election?
I heard he's not going to run.
I don't think he should.
I mean, I
heard
I
it's
think he's getting
I think it's a lost
kick in the
cause.
nuts because of COVID. So you really can't.
I think he
question
should
his-
just enjoy his retirement with
Yeah.
his wife. I mean, there's just
He's
no
getting kicked in
reason
the
for
nuts,
this.
He's getting
He
shoved
served
to
his
keep pushing
purpose.
forward. He's just-
RBT, Robert Alexander, Plastic
Coogan's
Rose.
purpose was to beat
Robert
Jazel.
Alexander.
He accomplished that. It's time to transition to someone else. I wouldn't be against Pam. I
Or Linda.
fundamentally don't like her as a person, but I think she's extremely
So
capable.
what if it
She's
was
well
Linda
spoken.
running against Pam? That's what I'm saying.
100%
It all goes,
Pam.
no, but I'm saying it
they're
goes by
gonna
the
have
competition.
they're going to have to talk it out. They both can't run against each other.
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
And if they do, it's in a pit of fucking
Weren't they-
jello.
wait,
Let
weren't
them
they-
go.
Weren't they just going at each other? That they were going at each other a little bit. No, not they. Linda's bringing up, and I said Linda had a good
Linda's
point.
a feisty motherfucker.
What's the about the meetings going too long for or having people? If you're going to speak at the meeting, to see if they could put it forward so they don't have to wait all night.
Okay.
That was like shot down. Cliff shot it down. I guess they
Who made the motion to move it up?
I mean, bringing it up, whatever. Again, this was a Linda thing.
So
Linda's
Linda wanted public input moved to the front of the meeting.
not public input, having to do with like there's people who come to the meeting to have something on the agenda, like to speak about something.
Right.
Why are we holding them till like 11 o'clock when
You
we get these
shouldn't. You
crazy?
should get
right.
them
and I'm
in
with
and
that.
out.
Let's just
Yeah.
move them. But it was kind of shut down that we can't do it because of certain things with procedures. Look at the meeting. I don't want to talk about this like as if I quoted it, but the whole point was it got shot down. Cliff was kind of against it. Said, "We're not going to do this again." Linda tries to do the strong arm approach of how she talks. She
Yeah.
okay, so she did that move. It wasn't getting met well,
Right.
And it was just. I believe I saw Pam shut it down. Linda tried to rebuttal. There was a quick little. I
Ooh.
wrote. If you go into the city council, the Fall River version of it when they post the government version, you'll see my comment. There's like a cat fight or something I posted, like shots fired.
Oh, shit.
That's when it happens. So whenever that's the timestamp. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just don't. Again, I don't. It depends who's the competition. If it was Linda versus Coogan, Linda gets in. But I feel like they have the same
Wait,
team
wait,
behind them.
wait. If it's Linda versus Coogan, Linda gets in.
I'm saying with Coogan's shot. I think this he's
Doesn't matter
foot is
who
shot.
gets in, because as soon as Jazel's all vindicated, he's
Do we have any
coming
news on
back.
that? Do we have any
March,
news on
He's
that?
March,
coming back.
March, he will be vindicated.
And he's going to take back over all the shit these people have done,
Jazel-
all the work he did that they erased, and bring shit back to normal.
Have you seen
Praise
that man's-
Jesus.
Have you
Even
seen that
Sean
man's facial hair? He looks
Kadeem
older.
said
I don't
that.
think he's. I don't think he's as young anymore.
His nuts dropped.
Jesus.
Even Sean Kadim had said that Jay's career ran a better administration.
How is that possible that even happened?
I don't know. Because
Jeez.
if someone petted Lulu on me, I would never say anything positive about them.
I don't know the
Never.
backstories,
Not
but
in the
I
fucking
know
world.
I've never taken away from Sean, and I've never taken away from
Very
Sean or a
intelligent
couple.
kid.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm getting at. So when people try to,
Probably the most intelligent on that council.
and he knows what he's talking about. This is his world. Like he knows. He gets it.
I'm always
Yeah.
worried about how he aligns himself with things, not on principle, but on his alliances. I don't love that. I like people that are
That's what happens with
independent,
smart people.
that aren't
Contradicts
afraid.
himself.
Like Peckham. Well, I mean, for the
Why are we
most
waiting
part,
to talk about Peckham right now, because hasn't Peckham been getting a lot of flack for like his switching up of decisions or something?
it was one decision where it was about the tax or something where he originally voted no, then they took a
He just
break
didn't
and he
want-
He
went
just
back.
have a recent one again though.
No, he just
from this
didn't,
last
he
meeting.
didn't want any cuts to the public safety. That's all. And
Which
he
is
got what
fine.
he wanted, so he voted for it.
Oh, wait,
I
but
still
then
think the majority of the time Pex has no fucks to give, and I gravitate towards somebody like that, not a
that
politician.
fits my point. I know I'm fine with that. That's why I said I was not saying anything except I haven't heard. I just I need to
And
look
I
into
think
it.
we also
But-
understand that if you are elected, it's harder. We think it's easy, but it's
No.
it's
I
it's
understand
way
that.
harder.
Again, there's
As a
things that hold people
Republican.
back for a reason. Well,
Right.
not just that. If you're going to go against what's already in play,
Yeah.
if you're going to try to speak freely, usually the problem is that, you see everybody go there and they just say the same lines. They just placate.
Yeah.
Hold a puppy. Hey,
Yes,
hold on.
yes,
Let me get
yes,
my
yes,
puppy
yes.
real quick.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I don't know. Yeah, go vote for
Right.
me. Like, if
See,
you're
I
gonna
don't
have
think
someone-
Pam
Well, I'm gonna
is.
tell you
That's why I
something.
don't think Pam's that way. I think Trot is that way. I think Sean's that way. Pex is not that way. Listen. I'm gonna tell you if we need a bracket.
I think he's
March
a
Madness
50-50.
bracket.
Bracket. All right.
I would go with Jay Burns. Because again, not a career politician, has a lot of people that likes him. I think he's extremely capable.
I think
mean,
he could.
I think it would be
saw-
super refreshing.
So here's
I have
something
no
that's
problem
funny.
with that. I just don't know if you'd want to either.
I
but
saw
have no
a
problem
I
with
don't
it.
know.
I'd support it.
That they were at the Jay's restaurant. I think
Who was?
a bunch of them. Pam, Jay Burns, all them.
Yeah.
And I thought they were feisty with each other. Jay's.
And Jay Burns?
No,
Those two are good. I thought
some of the city
Unless that's
councilors.
changed.
I don't know.
Are we talking
I
about?
know him.
Listen,
Pam and Jay's hate each other, right?
I guess.
Do you think Jay's will spit in her soup?
No.
Jeez, Louise.
No.
Taco Bell's coming out with wine.
What?
Or
Wine?
margaritas, some drink.
Margaritas would make sense. Since they
Obviously.
gotta
All I
just-
heard was Taco Bell, blah blah blah. But when I
can't
heard
get a
alcohol on
liquor
the menu,
license.
yes, they are.
Like here in Massachusetts?
Uh-huh.
Jesus.
But
That's
is
the
that a
place people
scapegoat?
go after they've been drinking.
Is that a way to get around the COVID stuff? Was that what we're talking
It's
about?
like Denny's
No,
2.0 now.
that's the opposite.
You know that's
But-
what it's going to be. 2
I don't know.
a.m.
So, did you see the mobile Taco Bell stuff that they're
No.
setting up? So, they're going to have these new versions of a Taco Bell restaurant, and I'm pretty sure they're going to do this with all these fast food chains, where they're a smaller mobile version, meaning they're going to have the facility there that cooks, but you do
No
all your
inside?
ordering. No, do all your ordering through an app.
Yep.
Go there, pick up the food.
Yeah.
So.
It's
but
the future.
This is the new normal. It's the new normal
Yeah.
I'm waiting
order.
for
Get
someone
ready for the new normal.
that you
order.
can you can get deep into this and you can be like, I want
Balls
like
deep.
bring back So like I want this 23-year-old dark skinned whatever flavor come cook bacon and eggs for my dog. And like you don't even have to be home. I want to like just
I don't know where we just went.
What
Is this
are you
Uber? Is
talking
this-
No,
about?
all these restaurants. This is the new normal.
What do you mean
I
handpicking a
want a
dark-skinned woman?
13-year-old boy to come over and cook me hot dogs.
Is this sponsored
Like,
by Cuties right
this
now?
is gonna-
Speaking, I will tell you, I told my husband about the cuties thing, and
Yeah.
he was like, "You're being ridiculous, cancel culture, blah 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 blah." And then he got into a rabbit hole and watched it, and he came back. I was in the kitchen cooking, as all bitches should be, and he came to the stove and he goes, "I watched the clips of cuties, and you're right." And I said, "Exactly." What? What's,
Who am I?
I don't know. What is it?
I'm a 12-year-old on Cuties. Cuties.
Cuties.
That's terrible.
That's literally what the trailer was. No, did you see
Terrible.
the stupid trailer?
Yes.
So the only thing I want to add to this, though, I know cancel culture, quote unquote. Everybody out there, you can probably be not a lot of people are gonna like this maybe, but the whole let's cancel Netflix, I think is a joke.
Yeah.
Because one, just don't watch the stupid thing. I support that. I support throwing Netflix under the bus and keep telling people like this is nonsense. But if you're gonna quote unquote boycott Netflix for this, you should probably get woke, son, and realize you should just shut off your whole TV then. Because again, every network, it's like a dance.
China sales. He's got a baby girl coming. Dallas has an official
Who
name.
has a baby girl coming?
Dominic. Dominic. Yeah. Or someone from China
Oh,
sales.
congratulations.
Shout out to Johnny's Crossroad Wine and Spirits, Prestige Automart. a better way to buy a car some days.
I love my car.
Good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What else we got? Excellent pizza, Frank's still chipping away there, still grabbing.
I actually got pizza. I sent pizza over to Somerset PD the day after the big standout we had there.
Oh, good.
To thank them, and Frank took care of it. And when I told him what I was doing, he threw in all the sodas.
Oh,
so
he
very
always
nice.
throws in those fucking sodas.
Yeah, the big
right?
ones, not even the small ones. Told me to take 4 bottles of the big ones and send them over.
And you would think the Somerset police would probably thank.
No, nobody's gonna thank me.
That's crazy.
No.
I brought
Actually,
hot
I will
dogs
tell
to
you.
the firehouses in Fall River.
I will tell
they
you.
put me up on Facebook.
It's no joke. My relationship with the chief of Somerset is not a good one, but everybody else, it's fantastic.
Well, the chief ended up not liking me.
Oh, he
because of
defriended you because of me.
Yeah, we worked
Are
it
you
out,
guys
though.
friends now?
I don't know if we're friends.
Does that matter to you?
I mean, I like George. Me and George are cool.
Does it matter to you, though? That matters to you that he's on your Facebook? You were really triggered by it. No pun intended.
Only because I'm wondering, because a person like me, could,
Yeah.
I think all of a sudden I see a couple of cops unfriend me. Like
Yeah.
there's some investigation.
Not a
going
couple
on.
cops. The chief of police of Somerset.
Right, a couple.
It really fucking bothered you.
Well, I knew
know
something
how
happened.
You threatened me after Beam O'Clock. You were threatening and
I
saying it was
knew-
my fault that he
No,
fucking
no.
befriended
I
you.
subtly said.
Subtly.
Subtly.
Stuttered, folks.
that you probably said that I was the one holding those thumb drives. Which, in case you were wondering, I am not holding the thumb drives. She is.
Thumb drives are not here. Thumb
Oh.
drives are in a
I just cleared
safe
the browser.
deposit
I'm
box.
good, right?
We say this all the time.
So yeah, leave
But
me on
but I
stuff.
did that on Snapchat. That's on Snap, right?
Snap carrot.
Anybody say Christinella,
Snapchat.
or whatever how you say that
I don't know.
last
This
name?
is the longest show in the
Comedian
history.
who got caught, who figured out how Snapchat could get you could screenshot Chris D'Elia.
Oh, really?
No, come on, you guys don't know about this?
No.
Chris
No.
D'Elia? Oh, come
No.
on, everybody out there
I
must
mean,
know
I'll
this.
admit, I
Do
did
you know who
send
I'm
a
talking
dick pic
about?
to Lulu once.
Do you know what I'm talking about? The comedian Chris D'Elia.
Isn't he like some issue with chicks and stuff?
Yes.
Okay, but what did
so
he
what
do?
had happened? It's just footage out there. You got to look it up. I'll send it to you later, or if you even want, you can look it up. It's hysterical. He's in the middle of an interview talking like a podcast,
Yeah.
and they talk about this kind of stuff going on. And he said, and they're talking about, yeah, I guess even some dude got caught. And when they say how this one guy got caught, they mention he was using Snapchat. So then just look up Chris D'Elia, Chris D gets Snapchat. It'll come up. They explained to him that he got caught even with Snapchat. And the guy's like, yeah, but I thought, those go away. And they're like, yeah, but he screenshotted. He
Yeah,
got
nothing
screenshotted.
ever goes away
You
anymore.
see his face have like a meltdown. He's in his own personal like, oh shit, dude, what happened? Like, it's hysterical.
Yes.
It's hysterical.
Well, I'm bouncing. If you guys want to continue on.
No, we can close it up.
Yeah,
But
we're out
I
the
mean,
door.
I told my wife I'd pick up the food at 6. It's paid for. I also got to catch me outside for some of that weed. I also got to
just do it respectively and go to a nice place, a decent
know,
place,
I'm a
get a
dirty
good product.
Speaking of which, another shout out to our weekly viewer.
Melissa?
Yeah, most of our viewers come like for the next 4
Melissa,
days.
I worked so hard this year to save up money to pay for the space I rent in your head.
Yes,
I
you did.
love it.
I also want to say
I have
that,
open space if anybody wants
but
to.
other than feedback of always have Jess and Michael on and you stay home. Well, I wasn't supposed to read that, but a bank vice president that you may or may not have done business with recently.
Yeah.
Sent me Sunday morning, 11:17. This guy goes to church. He goes, the father in me wants to tell them to go back to Plenty of Fish because that's the better way to pick up black guys in Somerset with a bunch of laughing emojis. That was Sunday morning.
for crying out
And I was
loud.
like, Jesus. I mean, I didn't mean it like that.
We are
Like,
having
they
a
have Tinder, no?
back page. We
Here,
are
conspiracy
having a massive Trump rally this
Yes,
Sunday.
with the good sheriff. Tom
It's
Hodgson.
in North Dartmouth, Fonts Corner, and Route 6.
Oh, the Font's Corner. He owns Font's Corner.
It's going to be fantastic. So if you're a Trump supporter, please come. I spoke with Dartmouth PD, and we do have a corner allocated for BLM protesters
Excellent.
who, if they can manage to get up by the 11 a.m. call time.
6 feet of space, so 6 times 6.
Join
Good at
us.
Is it a
math.
Sunday?
That's 36 feet, right? 6 space, so 6 people. That's 36. I'm good at math. Shiva taught
Yeah,
me.
no, we
There's
don't.
6 people,
We
right?
don't do that.
Yeah, they do
No, for
cube
the other
vote.
side.
Oh, for them,
yeah.
for them, yeah. Well,
Yeah, yeah,
listen,
we
the
space them
close
appropriately.
proximity to New Bedford
Rubik's
seems to
Cube.
have really triggered these people today.
It should.
Which is fine.
If you guys do it on the 1st of the month, though, nobody will show up.
Listen, I'm telling you, we have these early, nobody comes. We have them later in the day. They all crawl out of the basements, and then they go and they make their fucking signs. They don't even use proper grammar or spelling. It's actually better for us. I love seeing it. My only issue, and I say this every time, whether you're there to support the president or backing the blue or Black Lives Matter or whatever, be respectful, keep your space, don't make it physical, stay on your side, because you're not going to influence anybody who's holding a sign for Trump if you get in our face with a sign. And our Trump people are not going to influence anybody on the BLM side if they get in their face. It's just counterproductive. So I think, if you're interested in showing positive support for the president, join us on Sunday at 11 a.m.
And watch Caitlin's Safe Space.
I love her.
Because she was at UCF.
Yes.
And what a
Are they trying to
fucking
sue
shit
her
show.
or something
No,
now?
They're trying to kill her.
Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous. And Turtle Boy. Watch Turtle Boy. And what else? Watch Jess's vlogs. If she.
I don't do those anymore.
Yeah, but they're still good. You still go on a good rant.
Sometimes.
We like those. Other than that, I've got nothing but a sausage and egg burrito. Can we have one more shout out to my friend Mark?
Huge conspiracy.
I love Mike on the show. I love Mike on the show.
Yeah,
My wife, Deborah.
Yes. I
Shout
told
out to
him,
Deborah
I
Dion.
told him how I
What a
adopted
heart.
Benson.
Yeah.
And he said, if I tell my wife that, she's going to actually like you. But no, I like Dion. Dion's a good shit.
Let's not do this again. Sponsor us. We
And it's necessary
Sponsors-
media. Mead.
I don't
We're
wanna
still
do this.
not
This
the
is
lawyers.
heavily-
Just
the
call your
lawyers are
attorney.
calling.
Just call your attorney.
Yes, yeah.
I've
well,
already
I'll
got
call you
5
after the
texts.
show.
Hey, shout out again. Last name makes it clear. De Oliveira. We got some legal action in the works.
De Oliveira and Morgan?
Maybe.
Oh,
they
his
are- they
uncle.
actually are my legal representation at the moment, so we're looking
Oh.
into things. So yeah, I mean,
See
we'll
that?
do what we got to do. But don't worry, we'll keep the show working for you guys out there. We'll work through it.
Yeah. We'll see you soon. Also, this good news is our 1-year anniversary of a double band, one by her and one by me, coming up between the next week.
Yay.
So we're going to get more views.
You guys got DB?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Happens to the best of us.
Yeah. And it's been like a year since I don't know.
We're going to get full clearance, full
Yeah.
throttle
We're gonna
just before the
we're gonna
election.
reach 10,000 people without spending a dime.
I might get bribed. Get bribed
yeah.
off of Facebook.
Take it. Just take that
I will. I'll
$30.
take
Yeah, well, the rule is these
To Taco
guys
Bell for a
every
margarita.
night around 7 o'clock. These guys just say, "Jeff, fucking turn off your Wi-Fi."
100%.
So for a year straight, I've been doing it.
You're a
So
liability.
We're out. Oscar Mike.